I got some important information for y'all. There's no better place to win cash while watching sports than PrizePicks. Football season is here and basketball season is here, so there's absolutely no better time to join. It's super easy to use. To create a lineup, all you got to do, select a few player stats, pick more or less. That's literally it. PrizePicks is available in more than 40 states, including California, Texas, my home state, and Georgia. But my favorite thing, PrizePicks is going to give you $50 in lineups when you make your first $5 lineup. What's that mean? Win or lose, you get $50 in lineups for free. Just download the app and use promo code SPEAKEASY today. $5 gets you $50 in lineups. PrizePicks, it's good to be right.
Hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Speakeasy, sophisticated sports talk with the best in the game. It's Super Bowl Sunday, and we have crowned a champion in the National Football League. I'm the large human being, becoming a smaller human being, standing behind the bar, Carebear, Kieran, Dicky Simple, and I'm joined here by two gentlemen that played in the National Football League, one of which has some Super Bowls, and the other one is throwing up a Seahawks jersey right now. Emmanuel Acho in the building. How we doing today?
Hey, I'm doing this for all the Seahawks fans around the world. The ones in the back, the ones behind the camera.
Come on now.
Hey, winning a Super Bowl has to be ecstatic for the fan base. So if you're tuned into the show for the very first time, welcome to the Speakeasy. You could be doing anything. You could be watching any show. You're hanging out with us. We do not take it for granted. It's about to be the most exciting, exhilarating, opinionated hour and a half of your life. Turn it on, send a link to some people, and just come kick it. The NFL season is over, but the Speakeasy's just getting started. Carebear, turn us up.
Oh, man, the last two blowouts that we saw in the National Football League were by two teams that this man played for. Shady McCoy, the two-time Super Bowl champion, the all-time leading rusher for the Philadelphia Eagles. How we doing today, man?
I don't know, man.
How we doing today?
I'm trying to figure out, though.
What happened to
everybody a Seahawks fan now?
Hey, absolutely.
I mean, we watched the game.
Absolutely.
Right?
What
And like, I
happened?
look to the left, Seahawks, look to the right.
Seahawks.
Like, damn, no loyalty. I'm thinking you guys all must be single.
Why you say
Because
that?
the way I just flip-flop for every different...
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Just going for anything.
No loyalty.
Oh, wow.
That shit's
Loyalty,
ridiculous.
loyalty.
I am back in the Speakeasy, and I am single, ladies and gentlemen. It's good to be here, though.
Oh,
it's good to be here. We
Single
crowned champions.
man.
It's good to be back out in the streets right now, man.
Park
That's
City.
how it's feeling. Look, fellas, we got a lot to get
Did he
to.
introduce you yet?
That's twice.
Yo, what the
That's twice
heck?
in a month. He forgot
Before
about me.
we
Don't
can
worry
get
about it.
to it, though, I wanted to introduce
Okay. Good cleanup.
the most important man in all
really
of social
is.
when it comes to the
He is.
Speakeasy.
He is.
I'm talking about the man dictating what happens and
on
does
now.
not happen
Come
in
on
that
now.
chat.
Talk about it.
Y'all
Come
gotta
on now.
listen to the
Talk
sheriff.
about it.
He is the judge, the jury, and the executioner
Talk
in
about
that
it.
chat. I'm talking about social Trey in the
Social Trey
building.
in the building.
What's happening, y'all? Hey, listen, real quick.
Talk
Can
to
we
me.
get Acho holding that jersey back up one more
got
time,
it.
please?
Yeah.
I just got something to say really quick.
I got it.
Shady called him out about being a fair weather fan. I'm going to call him out about being cheap as hell because why is the tag still on there? You can't fool me, Emmanuel Acho. I know you're trying to return that as soon as the show is. That's all I got to say. I just had to call my brother out. That's all I got. Yeah, you can't fool me, brother. I saw the
Jerry,
tag.
oh
I saw the
my
tag.
God.
Yeah.
Jerry,
You know the
what
name.
happened?
He about his money.
Them pennies will
He
be
about his
pitched.
money.
Hey,
They will be
you know
pitched.
the worst part? Me, Shady, Carebear, me and Carebear were all at the Super Bowl, and you would go up to people and say, "What's up?" And if you gave them a hug, you could still feel the tag on the back of some of their dresses.
Ooh.
Like it happened twice. I was like,
twice?
I was like, come on now. Anyway, the Super Bowl just happened. Carebear, get it popping.
Speaking of the Super Bowl, it was dominant. It was an absolute shellacking from pillar to post.
It was.
The Seattle Seahawks are your Super Bowl 60 champions, defeating the New England Patriots 29-13. Fellas, how do we feel about this dominant performance? Seattle looked absolutely incredible out there today.
The Seahawks did what we thought they were going to do. Everybody asked me as I was walking the street during the Super Bowl, Acho, who you got in this game? And I said, beyond the shadow of a doubt, it's the Seattle Seahawks. I said, why? Because they have so much more talent and dudes than the New England Patriots have. And it showed. Kenneth Walker, dude. Devin Witherspoon, dude. Ernest Jones, dude. Byron Murphy, dude. Julian Love got himself a pick. Like, the Seahawks just have so many more players. The Patriots have themselves about two dudes, and only one of them showed up today. That's Christian Gonzalez. You feel me? And so, like, Stephon Diggs can't pass himself the football. Drake Maye was out there looking like a second-year quarterback in the Super Bowl, how you would assume they would look. At the end of the day, the Seahawks had way too many bullets in the chamber, and the Patriots was out there shooting blanks. And so I understood that this game was likely going to be a blowout. Disappointed in the Patriots. We'll talk more about that later. But the Seahawks just have too much talent. Too much firepower, too much talent, too much explosiveness. Shady and I were debating this before the last show, talking about the Seahawks having no weaknesses. Fred Warner said that, and I co-signed. I was like, well, legitimately, they just don't have that many weaknesses. Incredibly impressive season, incredibly impressive game. From beginning to the end, they absolutely bludgeoned that Patriots team. That Patriots team got exposed. That Patriots team looked weaker. They looked slower. They looked more cowardly. Shout out to the Seahawks for everything they did today.
Yeah, you know what, though? I think tonight this proves that everybody right. And that is that the Patriots didn't belong, right? And two is that, the Seahawks defense is the real deal. I mean, you see how confused Drake Maye look? He ain't know where to go. Dropping back, holding the ball. It created so many different turnovers and sacks and pressures. I got to give a lot of credit to the Seahawks, man. They did a good job. And then on the offense, right? Sam Darnold didn't give it up. He played safe in the system. And then Kenneth Walker, oh, my God. Can he get his praise? Acho, do you want to say sorry? You apologize?
Hey, I did, but I will say again.
Do it again. Do it again.
Kenneth Walker was the second best player on that football field tonight.
Who's first?
Devin Witherspoon went crazy to me. But Kenneth
Devin Witherspoon was
crazy.
They blitzed him 10 times tonight.
My point is not to debate that. Like, if it's Kenneth Walker, it's Kenneth Walker.
Who was the MVP of the game?
We're going to find out. We will definitely find out.
And they better get it right.
Kenneth Walker ended the game before it began.
Yes.
Kenneth Walker, like that run to the left, that outside zone, making people miss in the backfield. He ended the game before it began. And shout out to Kenneth Walker also, because he's a restricted free agent and he's about to get his bread. Remember, Kenneth Walker this whole season has been splitting carries with Zach Charbonnet. Zach Charbonnet is a young and budding star too. But Kenneth Walker is a dude, and he showed the whole world that he can carry the entirety of that football load as it pertains to stepping on a football field. So the Seahawks really dominated, and I do feel like Seahawks fans deserve this.
And you know what, though? They impressed. Like, sometimes you're the better team, is way more pressure. They took their time, right? They didn't take a lot of shots. They did what they had to do. They ran the ball extremely well. And then they let their playmakers play. Sometimes coaches get in these type of situations, man, they get nervous. They get frustrated. No. Let your best players ball. That's what you pay us for. You pay us good, we play good. That's the motto. Ching, ching. Now everybody got the rings on.
And you know what's crazy? To Shady's point, the Seahawks knew the path to victory. And the path to victory was through Kenneth Walker. It was through number 9. It was through K9. Like, that was the path to victory. If you look at his playoff performances, I think the last 3 games, 154 yards, 136 yards, 118 yards. Like, if you look at the fact that the Seahawks realized we have an incredible defense and we know our path to victory. If y'all were listening to the pregame show, Niners head coach 2-5 Kyle Shanahan, he said there are 2 elite defenses in football. The Seahawks defense and the Texans defense. And what he meant by that was there are 2 defenses that can win the game by themselves so long as offense and defense does not mess it up. And the Seahawks special teams was phenomenal so long as offense and special teams does not mess it up. Seahawks special teams, phenomenal.
Yes.
Seahawks offense, good enough. You know what I mean? Like, JSN didn't really do much of anything today. Cooper Kupp had a good game. A.J. Barner had a really good game. But the Seahawks offense, good enough. Sam Darnold, we'll talk more about him later, good enough. But the Seahawks defense had a touchdown on defense, got another pick on defense. Like, bludgeon Drake made the entirety of the game. It was fantastic.
And the best part, real quick, is that I love about the defense is they did a good job of mixing it up.
Yes, sir.
Right? They sent a lot of pressure to the wide side. Then they disguise the different blitzes, right? Show them blitz and then drop out of it. And then different coverages, though. Sometimes I'm like, is that a cover 2, cover 3? Is that a cover 4? Oh, shit, it's a cover 4. Like, they did a good job of just mixing up the coverages and fronts, man. I got to give a lot of credit to the Seahawks. They look good. If they got that defense like that for the next 2 years, they always going to have a chance to get to the NFC Championship game.
You speak about them having that defense for the next 2 years. They are young and they are talented on that defensive side of the ball. And also, Mike McDonald has shown this is just what he does. Having the number 1 scoring defense in the NFL, he's done now 2 times in the last 3 years when he was the defensive coordinator for the Ravens and now for the Seahawks. The question for you guys is, though, are the Seahawks now going to be a team to beat, or could they potentially be a team that could build a dynasty over the next couple of years based around that defense?
The Seahawks have what it takes to be a dynasty in the NFC. Remember, this Seahawks team is very similar, eerily similar to the 2012, 13, 14 Seahawks teams, right? Sam Darnold is not Russell Wilson. We know that. But here's what we know. The Seahawks defense carried him to the Super Bowl. Sam Darnold had a mediocre divisional round game, and he had a mediocre Super Bowl. And he had a phenomenal NFC Championship game. So the Seahawks defense, Witherspoon not going nowhere. Ernest Jones not going nowhere. Nicky Manwari not going nowhere. Byron Murphy not going nowhere. DeMarcus Lawrence is going to find a way to stay there as long as possible. He's still got a lot of good years left. Tariq Woolen, they got to figure him out. And Job, they got to figure him out, if they can continue to grow. But the Seahawks defense is incredibly young. They draft incredibly well. You can restructure K9. If you can't restructure K9, you still have a really good running back in Charbonnet. JSN not going nowhere. Seahawks offensive line is only getting better. So the Seahawks have the nucleus of what it takes, including a 38-year-old head coach, to build a dynasty. But Shady knows way better than I and knows better than anybody watching. Dynasty talk is very easy to say, much more difficult to do, but they do have the pieces.
Oh, nah. You said what? What?
Dynasty.
I know that, but I'm saying you're not saying because the Seahawks going to be...
They got pieces. They got pieces. They got pieces.
You can't handle dynasty without having no quarterback. And we all know a good win for the Seahawks.
What?
Hold on.
Come on, man.
Hold on,
Yeah.
Shady.
Come on, man.
Sam Darnold just won a... You know what? There's a $100 super chat.
We got to get to the super
There's
chat.
$100 super chat. And they calling Shady out.
And then
we
we
hear
get
what
to the
y'all are
Sam
saying.
Darnold stuff.
We hear what y'all are saying behind
Yeah.
the camera.
Yeah.
And if you got a Super Bowl super chat, you better drop it now. There is not another football game being played for about 150 days. So get out your football
That sounds
super
miserable.
chats
That
before
sounds
we get to
miserable.
basketball season. Y'all better talk to us in the chat. Go
Listen,
ahead, Trey.
here we go. Our guy Dominic Scott 1962. Y'all know he's an avid Seahawks fan. He
he
said,
is.
"I've been loyal to the Hawks all my life.
All his life.
That's
I've
a real
been
one.
telling y'all that defense is
Telling
the
us
real
that's a
deal.
real
The
one.
real deal. K9 is that dog.
I said
and to
that.
have this one against the Patriots felt oh so sweet. Go Hawks, man. Shady, the floor is yours with the statement Sam has a ring and Josh and Joe and Lamar do not."
Well, we appreciate your $100, right?
Yep,
Chat.
send 100,
We
yep.
appreciate that. But come on, dog. For real. Like, I ain't say nothing bad about Sam. They won the game as a team. They won the game on the defensive side, on the offensive. They won together.
Okay.
Let's not make this thing bigger than it needs to be. Sam Darnold is part of a championship team, right? But I told you who the team goes through on offense. What'd I tell y'all? It
said
goes
the
through the
run
running
game.
game,
You
dog.
said the run
K9 is
game.
like
You
that.
said the run game.
And if we just stop glorifying the quarterbacks for 1 second and really show love so they deserve to get loved on, right?
Yep.
If you ask the defense for the Patriots, they're going to tell you Smith and Walker, where they at? Where they at? So it's a great game. I don't want to hate on the Seahawks. Matter of fact, congratulations to all the Seahawks fans out there. About everybody in the chat, everybody in the back. A lot of love to y'all, man. And y'all earned it. Last year, I felt this from my boys.
Well,
You
speaking of your boys, we got a chat from Dan Gill 23
Come on,
Bronco.
Dan.
Said, "This is my first super chat. What a fumble by the Eagles organization. We should have easily went back to back. And shout out to Carebear for the Pro Bowl interviews. Keep up the good work, my dog." So, Shady, how do you feel about that? Do you feel disappointed? Eagles should have gone back to back?
Hey, we can't win them every year.
Oh, okay.
Yo, look, that's the craziest
But
shit.
you get there
though,
every
man.
year.
No, but it's crazy because
Okay.
it's like, we are so good. And our standards are so high that everybody thinks we should go every year. Like the Seahawks, they had a great year. But if they don't go back next year, y'all not tripping. Y'all expect that.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
that's fair.
yeah.
Listen, I got a $50 super chat from Wolf
He laughed
King
at it, though.
T. And he said, "I love defensive games that challenges the coordinators to figure it out. Shows me that this is a professional game."
Yeah.
Not mad about that.
Yeah.
They definitely playing chess out there.
Oh, for
It
sure,
was.
for
On
sure.
defense.
Jason Martinez, 2730 sent a $50 super chat as well. Said that O-line had Drake Maye in HE double hockey sticks
Bruh.
all night and highlighted how
can't do
weak
that,
this
though.
roster
No, they
is.
did. Will Campbell needs to give Drake May some of his check back.
Wow.
Patriots left tackle Will Campbell needs to
He
give
might
Drake
owe him
May
more
some
than
of his
that.
That's a rough.
That check
Because
might not be
I
enough.
believe Drake May got sacked more than any quarterback like in a playoff run.
It was more
ever.
than Joe Burrow. Yeah.
Ever. Now I do get it. Will Anderson a dog, Nick Bonito a dog, Daniil Hunter a dog, but like Will Campbell, you a first round pick, top 10 pick.
that was bad.
Like
That was bad.
what are we doing?
But some of them joints, he was hot. He wasn't getting the ball out.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, he was definitely hanging on to the ball. So to finish the super chat, he said, highlighted how weak this roster is. Pat's defense was keeping them in the game, but that offense needs some serious restructuring.
Yeah.
Respect to the Seahawks and Kenneth Walker for MVP. I got two more $50 to get to, then we got to keep the show moving, y'all.
Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me.
Javante Crawford, 7559. It's been a while. Good to see you, brother. Says, shout out to my guys at the Speakeasy. With this win, do we see teams copying this formula? Does defense win championships again?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean, if you look at the final 6 teams remaining in the playoffs, outside of the Rams, you got the teams like the Broncos, teams like the Texans, teams like the Patriots, teams like the Seahawks. Like, defense was what was carrying teams this year. Even when you think about the Eagles, it was their defense that was carrying them the majority of the season. When you in the AFC, it was the number 1 defense, number 3 defense, number 2 defense, number 6 defense. So I do believe you will start to see that formula of really good defense and a quarterback that's not elite, but he's good.
So that's what you believe? So that means that your whole take on they should start getting more like offensive head coaches.
I think this could change things. If you have a 38-year-old defensive mind, he's a defensive version of Sean McVay.
Absolutely.
Mike McDonald is a defensive version of Sean McVay.
Sean McVay seems to be the only coach that can figure him out too. By
Correct.
The way, which is
Correct.
It's hilarious. But
Last one I got. Kenneth Johnson 1275 says Shady's a hater. As always,
That's an accurate super chat.
everyone knew that he wouldn't give Sam Darnold any praise.
What? Time out. All right,
That's an
I need to
accurate
focus
super
here.
chat.
'Cause I get many
It's a
people
really
hit me
good
about
super
this.
chat. It's really
you
good.
gotta give him some praise though, Shady.
What do you want me to say? I just said, he's a Super Bowl champion. He played well today. He played solid. He played within the scheme. What you want me to say about it?
Can you say, hey, take his one shot. I don't want to see me. I've seen
been
me all
talking about
day.
like he jogged
Can
out
you
or
say,
passing
like,
holes?
congrats Sam Darnold on being a Super
not
Bowl
doing all
champion?
that, yo. I don't
You're not
know.
going to
Why? You
congratulate a
can't
man for winning a
congratulate the
Super
man for winning a
Bowl?
Super Bowl.
What the heck?
I just said, y'all got your fanboy stuff on. Let's calm it down. I just said, congratulations to the Seahawks.
Wow. Shady.
Shady.
You know, if it wasn't for the quarterback, why you not saying nothing about the secondary?
We're going to
Why
go
you not
there.
saying that?
I mentioned Witherspoon.
The offensive line.
I mentioned
He
Witherspoon.
said Witherspoon, and you said
God,
Kenneth
dog.
Walker. Witherspoon's
This is
amazing.
getting
We can't
ridiculous.
get
Oh
one
my
congrats out of
gosh.
you.
Yo, but I'm saying, it's because he plays quarterback. What about the guard that was kicking tail?
He sound like
This is why. What
What about the DNs that was getting pressure? Like, I ain't none of that.
So hear me out, Shady. Hear me
man,
out.
Because everyone expected him to be the reason why they lost.
Exactly.
And he
That's
was
what
not.
I was getting ready
But
to
he
say.
wasn't the reason why they won.
The standard for Sam Darnold was
the way we looked at this postseason before it started was, the Seahawks, phenomenal team. We like Kenneth Walker. We like Jackson Smith-Njigba. We love that defense. But Sam Darnold is going to do Sam Darnold things when it matters most. And what did he do? He went out there, threw 5 touchdowns, didn't turn the ball over a single time in those 3 playoff games, and now they are Super Bowl champions. And you know what's even worse? You're not even the only one. Puka Nacua is out here laughing at Sam Darnold.
Oh, my God.
He's out here chuckling at Sam
It's
Darnold.
laughable, yo.
Go ahead, can we show this tweet?
He laughing how y'all
Hey,
talking
bro,
about
take
it.
that tweet. I need the
Come
world
on,
to
man.
see this.
Puka, he just laughing at Sam Darnold right now. Laughing at
That's
Sam
Puka's
Darnold.
legitimate account.
That's it. That's his actual account. They said Puka.
Okay, let me
on now.
say some things.
He laughing
Go
at
ahead.
y'all.
Puka, you cannot laugh at a man that beat you en route to getting what you do not yet have. Puka, you can't laugh at a Sam Darnold who threw for 346 yards and 3 touchdowns against you. Puka, you can't laugh at an individual that outplayed you in the game that mattered most en route to winning a Super Bowl. Puka, you can't laugh at the man that was the reason you were in the city, except he was in the city performing in the biggest game, and you was in the city getting your checks, but he was in the city getting his rings. Come on, Puka. We can't be laughing at Sam Darnold right now. Laugh at him next season if you want to, but on the day when Sam Darnold's a Super Bowl champion and Puka, you are not, now is not the time to laugh.
Are you kidding me?
Fix
Super
your
Bowl
face, Puka
champion.
Nacua.
Puka-
Fix your face.
Puka can't laugh?
Not now.
They're not in the same class.
now.
If Puka want to laugh, cry,
You're right.
flip, they're not in the same
Puka-
way.
They
You're
not.
right.
Sam-
They're not.
They not.
Puka
They
can
not.
say-
Sam Darnold, a Super Bowl champion. They not in the same class.
Puka is a great. He say whatever he want to say. Are y'all tripping? Another thing is this. He probably laughing because the way y'all talking. Yo, since we made the quarterback position so important, like everybody wants to make it like the in and out of the world, there's no reason why we be talking about Sam. He had a cool game. That's why Puka laughing like, yo, y'all making this big thing about Sam Darnold. But they won the game.
It's
That's
not
it.
that Sam Darnold
But let's
was-
talk about the real dudes that actually balled out. Like,
Look,
y'all talking more. Hold up. Y'all talking more about Sam Darnold than y'all talking about Kenneth Walker.
Shady, they don't
That's
get
the problem.
here. They do not get here without Sam Darnold having an elite game.
Oh my God!
He had to have an elite performance for them to get here. He just did. He had to go blow for blow with Matthew Stafford.
Blow
Yo,
for blow.
blow for
Bar
blow.
for bar.
That
He
guy,
had
yo,
to.
This is crazy, yo.
I'm sorry, like
They
he
don't
had
get there
to.
without. Another thing, the defense been all world, and that's what y'all want to talk about.
No, we
We
started
will-
off by talking about the
Yo,
defense,
yo,
Shady.
real talk.
Here's what runs me hot about
Oh my
Shady.
God.
That
We
dude
talk
is
about
crazy.
the defense. We talk about the running back. We talk about the receivers.
We did
Then we
all
start
of that.
talking about the quarterback. And you're like, y'all don't want to talk about the defense, running back, and the receivers?
No, you didn't. No, less of him and more of them.
We gonna get. Can we? Let's talk about.
We got to make a show here, man.
Please,
we got to make a show.
thank
So
you.
look, Adam Schefter put out this tweet. He said, from seeing ghosts to seeing silver and his reflection, Sam Darnold is now a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
Love it.
Look,
Fanboy take.
I've been saying this for. How's that a fanboy take? That's just the truth.
Fanboy take.
What is happening right
Fanboy
now?
take.
So look, okay. This is the question for you guys though, because I believe team success does matter, and team success, quarterback success, I think they kind of get mixed up a lot. Can this Super Bowl victory erase Sam Darnold's bad past? Because these past 2 years, since he's been on a good team, he's looked really, really solid. What do you guys think?
Hell yes.
Absolutely.
I don't care that you saw Ghost your rookie year in the NFL. You saw a Super Bowl. You saw confetti. Confetti erases Ghost. Who you want to call? Forget these Ghostbusters. You saw confetti. The man to my right has won 2 Super Bowls. He knows what it takes. Sam Darnold just won a Super Bowl and threw for 346 in the championship game to get this team to the Super Bowl. You know what it takes. In the NFL, you got to carry your defense when your defense ain't doing great. Your defense has to carry you when you're not doing great. We've seen it before. I've seen the Seahawks defense give up 37 points to the Los Angeles Rams. I've seen that happen. And special teams had to show up. And Sam Darnold had to show up. I've seen Sam Darnold throw for 4 interceptions. Then I've seen Sam Darnold throw for no interceptions and 4 touchdowns and 3 touchdowns. So to me, I don't care about Sam Darnold seeing ghosts anymore. Shut up with all the Sam Darnold seeing ghost talk. Like, in all seriousness, what Sam Darnold has done is truly what you would hope anybody does in any profession. It's resilience. It's overcoming adversity. It's overcoming self-inflicted adversity. It's overcoming a rough upbringing. We're talking about his NFL upbringing, but you could translate that to overcoming a legitimate rough upbringing. It's believing in yourself when nobody else believed in you, and it's completely turning a corner and being a part of the greatest success in the history of your occupation. What Sam Darnold did is historical for Sam Darnold, and I'm going to give him his credit for that.
Man, we should just send this whole thing to Disney. Hopefully get a deal from it. You can be anything in life, no matter how bad it gets. Man, stop the bull crap. What are you talking about?
Man.
I
hate this man.
The truth is, the real truth is, no, it doesn't. Because if we get to next year and they're in the playoffs and he looks bad, we'll always remember him for what he did. That's just the truth reality of the world. Just like a really good player that has a bad moment, you feel like eventually he'll go back to what he is, a good player. I will say this, though. If he can keep up this type of football next year, to maybe a year after that, we can kind of believe in that.
Stop.
I'm saying the truth.
Stop. Sam Darnold 2-5 won 13 games last year, and he was a part of a 14-win team this year.
Why do you give him the 13 games?
Because
why is that? Why
Because
do you do that?
statistically, we give coaches the wins and we give quarterbacks the wins. That's just what we do.
I don't do that.
Fine. Then Sam Darnold was a part of a 13-win team last
That's
year,
cool. I like-
and Sam
okay.
Darnold quarterbacked a 14-win team this year en route to winning a Super Bowl.
Super Bowl,
We've
yeah.
seen Sam Darnold do this for 700 days now. I don't need to see Sam.
Yeah, but it's always up and down.
Say that's the stock market.
This is the thing. Nobody truly believes in Sam. I think you embrace
You
Sam.
still say that.
I mean, come on.
Look,
if he has a bad, if next year if he doesn't play well, you're not. For all that you
Shady.
said, he should be in the top 10 quarterbacks, right?
Shady.
Is he in your top 10 quarterback?
Listen, this is my thing.
Is he a top 10
He's not
quarterback?
a top 10 quarterback.
All
No.
right, so come on.
Okay.
So why can't he be a good quarterback? Let's just leave it at that. He's getting better. That's it.
He could be in the conversation being top 10 though.
Yeah,
And
no,
now-
he's not.
and
Now
he's
he
very-
is,
and he's
at
very-
least.
Now
Why?
he is.
He won a Super
Can
Bowl?
I tell you why though? We care so much about playoff performances, and he goes out there. He had one bad playoff game last year, his very first playoff game of his entire career.
Yeah.
He goes back this year, wins 3 straight, wins a Super Bowl. I watched Lamar Jackson with my own eyes not be able to do that without turning the ball over.
Yeah.
He had a #1 scoring defense.
Yeah.
He had a better offensive roster.
So what's that-
and he
so what's
couldn't
that
go
mean to
out
you?
there and do
So
what
what-
Sam Darnold did. So you have to give
So
Sam
what's that-
Darnold some credit.
So when you bring Lamar in there for a reason, because I'm trying to figure,
Yes.
when you bring Lamar in this conversation, what does that do? Why
I'm saying I watched 2 quarterbacks. One is better. Lamar Jackson better. Oh,
yeah.
it's not even a conversation. But I watched him come playoff time when it matters most have the similar setup to what we saw Sam Darnold have and not be able to deliver. So
don't know
I
if
think
it's- I
Sam
don't know if
should
it's
get
similar
some
to-
credit for being able to deliver when he had that same situation. And actually, I don't even think he had as a good of a situation as Lamar did in Baltimore. It's just you got to give him some credit though.
Sir, I'm trying to give him credit. I say the dude's getting better. He looks good. He's a good quarterback.
Yeah.
You want me to talk about him like he's elite, and I can't.
What would he have to do?
Because you and Acho, y'all look at a win as a quarterback. I don't look at it like that.
Okay.
It's a whole team that's out there trying to win the game.
Of course.
And it ain't like he out there every game putting 300-something yards up. They play the game through the defense and through the running game, and here and there he let him make plays with the top wide receiver in football.
Absolutely.
All right. So
Yeah.
knowing all that, playing the game, knowing that, I'm not about to act like he's Michael Jordan. He's not. I'm not
I
gonna
hear
do
that.
So you want me to talk about him in that light, and I can't. Because I play football and I know if you ask any locker room player with him, they're cool to have him. It ain't like a must. We're cool to have him. Right?
Yeah.
But it's the other guys that make his job safe.
Of course. But he
All
does
right,
play
so
a winning brand of football, though. That shouldn't matter. You told me that this year with Jalen Hurts when he was struggling.
Oh.
When he didn't complete a pass in the second half of games. You say he's still playing to win, though. He's not going to lose you football games. If Sam Darnold could do this next year, right? Say he wins 12, 13, 14 games next season.
You doing it
they
again.
make another playoff run.
You give him the wins. Why?
Because we've seen,
Well,
because
my
now
thing
it's a
is,
pattern.
if you watch
this game, did you see that? Real quick. The way the defense played,
Yes.
and I'm not trying to play the what if because I don't play the what if games, but the way the defense played tonight, I'm sure you could put a lot of quarterbacks in the league to play that role.
I agree.
All right.
I agree.
So if you agree with me, as in a quarterback can play a safe role, we ain't trying to make too many passes. The defense gonna win games.
Yep.
And we gonna have. They had like 4-6
Let me
field
say,
goals today.
here's why.
Yeah.
Here's why I'm giving Sam Darnold more respect than others. Because clearly what Sam Darnold did in these last 3 games is hard to do because quarterbacks that are greater than Sam Darnold cannot do it.
They don't have.
That's why I'm giving.
The difference is they don't have that type of role. I could just be.
We've seen it. We've seen it. Jimmy Garoppolo couldn't get it done. And he had the same role.
Yeah, I guess
like, you know what I mean? Like, same thing. Jimmy couldn't get it done. I've seen other quarterbacks.
CJ Stroud couldn't get it done
Jimmy-
this year.
Stroud couldn't
he
get
could
it
have
done.
handed the ball off every play.
Stroud
Yeah, but
literally
I'm
could have done the
saying-
same thing. Couldn't get it done. You know what I mean? So like I've seen
That Stroud was a good one.
I've seen quarterbacks that are better than Sam Darnold
Yeah.
in theory, in our minds,
Yeah.
in our figures of speech, not be able to do what Sam Darnold did.
So what words would you guys like me to say? I said he's good, he's a winner. So maybe y'all get, because you read a lot of books.
A lot of books.
So tell me some words I should say right now.
Sam Darnold's a
had
top
an
10
exquisite
quarterback
performance
Okay.
in the playoffs.
Well, give me another one. You see
I
what
like
I'm saying?
Sam Darnold
Trey,
as a top 10 quarterback right now.
I asked you that. First, hold on. First, asked you, you said.
I hesitated. I believe it now. I'm still wrapping
That's
my
all-
head around the fact Sam Darnold won a Super Bowl. Let me
what you
give
want
me
to
some
what you want me to
time.
say about him? Like, yo, he played well, but I can't overlook the offense, the running game.
Yeah,
I can't wait to look the defense.
That's
I can't
fair.
overlook that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna talk about them, and I'm gonna yell about them, and I'm gonna speak softly about Sam.
Yeah, I think the reason the conversation is the way it is because the bar for Sam Darnold is so low, so low that when he just meets that standard, you look at it as like, okay, you did what you were supposed to do.
But that's how
where everybody else looks at it is like, he did what we needed him to do.
When you say everybody else is like, because his teammates, you know what they said.
What'd they say?
Well, we had him on. We had
Julian Love, interception.
He said, yeah, just we gonna
run the ball.
run the ball, play good defense.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
well, speaking of not being able to overlook the running game, speaking of not being able to,
Speaking of not being able to overlook the running game, we do have the Super Bowl MVP. The Super Bowl MVP is Kenneth Walker. He won Super Bowl MVP after having an amazing game today. 161 all-purpose yards. He ended up getting the MVP
beast.
from Maria Taylor. Unbelievable
It's my
performance
young
from
boy.
him today.
Yep.
He wins the Super Bowl MVP, fellas. How do we feel about his performance?
I told y'all.
Okay. Here we go.
Go ahead, Duval. That's your young bull.
Now, was I right?
You were?
Because a couple weeks ago, I said they go through him. Y'all looked at me. I was crazy. That boy got talent. He nice. I watched him in college from Michigan State. I'm like, damn, who this ball-headed running back? Because he's not, you don't really see too many people that's 21 years old.
He's 25 and bald,
That's
bro.
ball-headed.
Like
You don't
Super
see
Bowl.
that. Anyway, though, but I like that he finally got the opportunity to run the ball. A lot of times, I was like, why they keep taking his reps? He's a way better running back than a second-string dude. And you see him today. Look at him. He's shining. He going to Disney World. MVP.
Shady's exactly right. I mean, I think you can't understate what Kenneth Walker did in this playoff run. I think we saw 3 consecutive 100-yard games. When Zach Charbonnet went down, Kenneth Walker said, yo, I got broad shoulders. I can carry this. And he did just that.
Yes, he did.
He was able to resurrect his team versus a defensive juggernaut, which was the New England Patriots. The New England Patriots are a top 5 defense in football. The New England Patriots made C.J. Stroud on that Houston Texans offense look abysmal. Albeit the weather was bad, they made that Denver Broncos offense and Sean Payton look abysmal. They made Justin Herbert look abysmal. This New England Patriots offense has dismantled this New England Patriots defense has dismantled several different offenses. And Kenneth Walker said, I do not care. I'll run through y'all like Swiss cheese. I don't know the last time the Patriots allowed 154 yards rushing in a game by a rusher. Now, we do not have we don't have a researcher on this show because we're just doing it live in living color. But what I will say is what Kenneth Walker was able to do this game, absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. What say you, Kieran?
I mean, honestly, it was what I said the key to the game was coming into this, though. I thought Kenneth Walker was going to have the ability to get busy, just because I saw Seattle have the ability to get busy earlier on. Kenneth Walker, unbelievable. He was the heartbeat of the offense, like you said, Shady. I do have to give you credit there.
Thank you.
And honestly, that's what the Seattle Seahawks want to do, though. It's the same thing that they did against the 49ers. Look, if our defense is going out there and getting stop after stop after stop, I want to run the ball with Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet. Charbonnet gets hurt, but Kenneth Walker took the entire load today. Pause. And he did extremely well with it, though. Shady, where do you think this ranks in Super Bowl performances from a running back?
This is up there. I remember Ricky Waters had a great one. Not because I'm being biased from my hometown, but he had a Super Bowl. And he was going crazy. This was right up there. I wish he had one more touchdown, though. I was rooting for him the whole time. But bro, nice, man. All time.
At least recent memory. Give us recent
I
memory.
think he's number 6 all time.
Terrell Davis had a crazy performance, too, though.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite ones.
What does this do for Kenneth Walker in our minds of NFL running backs?
Well, I was also going to bring that up. Kenneth Walker is set to be an unrestricted free agent in March.
Ooh, he's going to get paid.
That's
he's going to get paid. And you know what? He's going to get paid not because he's only as good. It's because, he's not really beat up. He's been splitting carries, though, so he is super fresh.
But my thought is this. We only talk about Saquon, Derrick Henry, Bijan Robinson, Christian McCaffrey, Jahmyr Gibbs. Now we're talking about Devon Achane. We've previously talked about Josh Jacobs. Shady, does this playoff performance, and you are the king of running back analysis, nobody on television knows more about it than you, does this playoff performance move, maybe not in your mind, but should it move in NFL fans and experts' minds where Kenneth Walker ranks? Should he be in the, not the Bijan and that combo, but should he be in the Achane, Josh Jacobs conversation?
I think so, for sure. Like, if you ask me, I would take him up front, take Achane. I think he's more durable, bigger guy, stronger. You can put him in any system. Guys like Achane is good, so I'm not taking nothing away from him, but I don't know if he could be successful in any this offense. You know what I mean? I think a lot of that stuff, the speed stuff that outside helps him out. Another thing, the playoffs and Super Bowl, it does so much for a player because now you're the only person that they watching. You get what I'm saying? So now I get to really focus on him. Just like when a player makes the Super Bowl, no matter how good he is, it brings his value up. So I think his value goes way up. And if I'm a coach, GM, why wouldn't I bring him in there?
Yeah.
Champion, he's fresh, he's good, he's talented.
Yeah. That's fair. Hey, we might be getting Jarron Reed, nose tackle for the Seahawks, in about 1 to 2 minutes live, fresh off winning a Super Bowl. Y'all know in the Speakeasy, we get players immediately after winning the game. But until then, I want to keep rapping about Kenneth Walker because winning a Super Bowl MVP is no small feat. Y'all saw before the game, you saw Steve Young, Emmitt Smith, Eli Manning, Peyton Manning, Jalen Hurts. Like, you saw those different individuals with the MVP jackets. Kenneth Walker now joins that illustrious group. And along with that, Kenneth Walker, I believe, has the talent to be in that conversation legitimately. Like, Kenneth Walker is a legitimately talented individual.
Wait, you guys, hold on.
Make sure you keep your eyes on FaceTime.
Yeah, no, I got you. But I was making sure you mentioned this photo. Is this the one you were talking about? With all the Super Bowl MVPs, the guys that have been like legends.
Cut my boy out. That was crazy.
This is what Steve Young do that.
Why Steve Young do that to Jalen Hurts?
You talking about Peyton and Tom and Lynn Swann and Emmitt Smith and Jerry Rice and Steve Young and Montana and Eli. Oh, look at those legends, man.
And
that's awesome,
Jalen Hurts.
That's awesome. Anyway,
wait, Jalen Hurts.
I know we have some super chats.
Wait,
though,
there's
right?
somebody.
Yeah.
There's somebody with the
I don't see
shades
nothing.
on. Somebody got shades
No,
on.
don't
do that.
You know how like
somebody got shades on.
Hold up. You know how
At the Pro Bowl,
you can ask Gronk to add something.
Yeah. At the Pro Bowl, you had your pom-poms on all
Ain't no pom. I was making myself laugh. Hold on.
Like, look at
Talk about we got to get something settled right now.
Set the
At
record
the
straight.
Pro Bowl, I was making myself laugh. Okay.
Okay.
I asked him, what artist would you like to see do the halftime show and give me 3 songs you want to hear? He's like, I don't know. I listen to all the music. So I'm just making I'm having a conversation with myself.
Yeah.
Because Mr. Stoic over here with his perfect goatee and fade and whatever else he got going and Super Bowl MVP or whatever couldn't give me no personality, so I had to make it myself. Okay, and everyone's looking at acting like I was just giddy to talk to him. I didn't even get a chance to talk to Dak. But nobody was talking about that. Like, I'm not out here fanboying over Jalen
Kieran,
Hurts.
I need you to do this. I need you to call the number I just sent you behind the laptop so we can get Jarron Reed. I believe he might be live on the field. He might be live in the locker room. Social Trey, in the meantime, can we get a super chat? Call that number I just sent you. In the meantime, can we get a super chat, please?
Yeah. I got some super chat. Kenneth Johnson, 1275, sent another $50 super chat to say, Acho, I got to ask you this question again. You ducked it last time since you're a 49ers fan. Sean McVay has a ring. Mike McDonald has a ring. But your Kyle Shanahan does not have a ring. And he's had way better defenses and a better quarterback. We're going to have to talk about that for sure. I got another one from King Naomi, 21-19. The Seahawks have a way better offensive roster than the Ravens.
Hold on.
We good? Okay, we good.
Hold on. We got a Super Bowl champ. We got a Super Bowl champ on the field.
Let's go.
Oh, he turned.
On the field.
Big
I can't hear shit. I mean, damn, my bad.
Hey, you good. You a champ. You say what you want to say when you want to say it.
Hey, I can't hear.
Hey, how you feel, bro? How you feel?
Hold on.
He said he can't hear. He said he can't hear. He said he need a second.
Hold on.
Hey, what club we going to tonight?
All right.
Shoot, I want to find
Hey.
out.
I can't hear. Hello. Hey, what's up?
Hey, just tell me how you feel, bro. How you feel?
Man, it feels great, man. Look, we deserve this. I ain't gonna lie to you. We work hard as fuck. You know what I'm saying? We deserve every bit of this.
Yeah.
Hey, where we at tonight, though? Where we at tonight?
I don't even know. It don't even matter. I'm everywhere.
Hey, tell me about, you made that huge play early on in the game and you got lit. I think it was like a 3rd and long. You told the center, get up off me. I got somewhere to be. Take me through your mindset on that play.
Hey, well, we talked about all week, you know, when they get in a 3rd and type of medium situation that they'll be able to run the ball, you know, just off film, just off paying attention to the offensive lineman stance. I kind of knew that they was about to run the ball, so I just put myself in position to make a play.
Hey, how does it feel being a Super Bowl champ? You dream about it, you think about it as a kid. Now you literally have the confetti falling on you. How it feel?
Hey, man, look, it's amazing. I'm still, to be honest, I don't know what the hell to feel. There's so many damn emotions. I got my kids and my family here. You know what time it is, man. It's time to go up, baby.
I know. Hey, I want to ask you this, though. It looked like for me that the defensive line was straight bullying the offensive line. Did y'all see that on tape? I mean, these dudes is soft? Because it looked like it.
Hey, look, we watch film.
Yeah.
We watch a lot of it.
Yeah.
And we know what we're capable of, man. We just go out there and be us.
Hey, you in the tunnel, where the field at? We got to see the vibes. We got to see the vibes.
Oh my goodness! Look at the confetti though.
Come on, man.
It's deep as hell.
Okay. Well, be safe tonight, though. And look, and take a shot for your boy. You heard?
I got
Hey,
you,
real
Ryder.
quick. Take us out onto the field, bro. We got the show watching. Take us out onto the field so we can see how you see it.
I got you.
Come on. Hey, we walking with Jarron Reed onto the field. If y'all watching this show, we going onto the field right now like a real Super Bowl champ.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Crazy out here.
It's turned.
Hey, my dog, stay safe. Congrats, Super Bowl champ, Jarron Reed. It's love.
All right, appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness!
Time to celebrate.
Now that's the time.
Hey, yeah, you never know in the Speakeasy what you gonna get.
That's a celebration.
Super
right
Bowl
there.
champs
That's fire.
on the field.
What you think gonna happen tonight with him? What you think?
Whatever.
He not gonna remember.
Within legal limits, whatever.
Yeah, he said he
Oh,
will
I'm
whatever.
getting illegal. That's the It's me. I've been waiting too long.
Yeah. And you back outside. So
He is back outside.
don't look so sad.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I just want my team to make the Super Bowl one day.
Oh.
bro. That'd be.
Hey, what's up with these super chats,
Don't
though?
worry
I know
about
we had a
that.
couple of them.
Don't worry about that.
Listen, we do
One
got a
day.
couple super chats. Let me
Talk
get
to
to
me.
those real quick. So, boom, I got one from King. I hope I'm saying this right. Naomi 21-19 said the Seahawks have a way better offensive roster than the Ravens. More guys on that team, and then more than just Lamar and Derrick Henry, JSN, Cup, and Shaheed are all better than Flowers. The offensive line is better. Period. Don't stunt.
Yo, that's a point though.
You think Ronnie Staley sorry? Like y'all think that offensive line was bad, bro? They had the number one running offense in the entire league that
Nah,
year.
bro, that
offense was amazing. Like, what?
That offensive roster is better than the Ravens.
And Lamar Jackson, bro.
Okay, bet. So I got another one. They said Joshua Steiner hit us with a little doo-doom. He says, Shady, this hate is getting darn old.
That's pretty good though. That's
That's a great one. Hey,
Hold on.
Come on
Hold
now.
on. That was impressive.
that was good.
And how have we not heard
That's a
that
bar
before?
right there.
It
Yeah.
is good. It
Who
is
said that?
original. It
The
is
hate on
original.
Sam is getting
That
darn
was
old
Jo-
around here,
Joshua,
Shady.
That was Joshua Steiner.
Tell you
That
what,
was,
man.
yeah.
Nah, that
it was
was-
original.
That was good.
He said
Darnold,
if he had turned the ball over multiple times, that would be the story. So when he plays good, you say he didn't do anything. I'm tired of
I
this.
said play.
Now wait a minute, because
This is crazy.
that is a factual statement. Shady texted the group chat earlier and said if Sam Darnold turns that ball
This is
over,
true.
I'ma act the ass.
Yeah,
tonight on
he
the
did. He said he's gonna be an
So,
asshole tonight.
He said he's gonna, but he didn't. Sam
didn't.
Darnold kept
He never
it.
Didn't do
Nah,
it.
well,
Look,
I mean,
three
right.
playoff games and not turning the ball over is impressive.
I mean, they was kicking a whole bunch of field goals. That don't matter to y'all?
Yeah.
It was a cool game. It was cool.
Oh,
Sam Darnold
brother.
is just held to a low standard. That's just really what it boils down
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
Listen,
He just had to not sell. That's pretty much
and he did that. So last one I
Oh,
get to, $50 super chat from All in the Soil. Kenneth Walker did what Shady wanted him to do, and Sam Darnold did what Shady wanted Hurts to do in this playoffs run. Just win.
Well, I don't want to use Hurts because the last time he played MVP, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
300 yards, like 3 touchdowns.
Levels to it.
Yeah, it's levels to it.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
So
It
you
looked
feel
like,
like
Sam in the NFC Championship.
So could Sam be in that picture with Jalen Hurts and Steve and
no.
why not?
It was
He won a ring?
It wouldn't fit. Nah, but he's not an MVP.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't
got
worry
it.
about it. I got you.
got
Still
it.
all the details.
Got it. Understood. Listen, that's all I got for now. I'm gonna get back to work.
Where we
Look,
at?
man, back on the Seattle Seahawks, head coach Mike McDonald, first Super Bowl coach who calls defensive plays to win a Super Bowl. Crazy stat, huh?
Incredible.
The first one
Of all
ever
time?
who calls first play caller, defensive play caller ever to win a Super Bowl. He has been unbelievable this season. The question for you guys is, let's give a round of applause
Yeah,
for Mike McDonald.
that's cold.
Taking that place over,
That's
turning it
cold.
around.
He deserved it.
Fellas, do you guys think he's already a top 3 coach in the NFL
You have to say so.
Oh, today.
You
today?
have to say so.
Today.
Here's why. Mike McDonald, I believe, is going to revolutionize coaching, hiring, and coaching standards. Sean McVay did so when Sean McVay, at 35 years old, became the super young head coach, maybe the youngest in NFL history. And within 2 or 3 years, he took the Rams to a Super Bowl, and then obviously he ended up winning one. Mike McDonald is doing for defensive coaches what Sean McVay did for offensive coaches. Up until this point in time, it's been hire the young, bright, offensive mind. Mike McDonald is proving hire the young, bright defensive mind. Playoff picture. Mike Vrabel, defensive coach. Mike McDonald, defensive coach. Mike McDonald is proving you can actually win with a quarterback that is good, not necessarily great or elite, but a really good defense. Remember, the Baltimore Ravens had an elite quarterback and an elite defense, and they didn't necessarily get it done. Mike McDonald is proving, hey, if you give me an elite defense and a good quarterback who can hit really good quarterback play, I can win a Super Bowl. You know what that opens up for up-and-coming coaches? You know what that does for young defensive coordinators? Young defensive coordinators previously would be overlooked for the young offensive coordinator. But Mike McDonald will completely change up how things go. As a result, I have to say Mike McDonald is a top 3 coach in the NFL right now because Mike McDonald was able to outcoach Kyle Shanahan. I also believe, with all due respect, defense is more sustainable than offense. Having an elite defense is easier to acquire than having an elite offense. Having an elite offense, you need typically an elite quarterback. Having an elite defense, you need fast, strong, athletic, relatively intelligent individuals. And that's what the Seattle Seahawks have. There's no one player that you could pluck off of the Seahawks defense and they collapse. Not one. But if you pluck Patrick Mahomes off the Chiefs offense, you pluck Josh Allen off the Patriots, off the Bills offense, you pluck Saquon Barkley or A.J. Brown off the Eagles offense, you pluck one player off of offense, it's offensive collapse. You could take Nick Morey off the Seahawks, still be great. You could take Witherspoon off the Seahawks, still be really good. You could take Julian Love or Kobe Bryant off. You could take DeMarcus Lawrence off. You could take Byron Murphy off. You could take one dude out, and the defense would still be really good. Mike McDonald, I have to say, top 3 coach in football.
All right. Okay. I love what coach is doing. Mike, great job.
Great
right?
job.
Great job.
Great job.
So you said 3. Let's just talk about it, right? Because you broke it down. Let's just talk about the.
Yeah.
So, are you taking him over Andy Reid?
No.
Okay. So Andy Reid's up there. Okay.
This is where it gets
Sean
interesting.
McVay. Is he in front of Sean McVay?
This is where I would say.
Come on now.
This is where I could say push.
Wait.
They both have one Super Bowl.
It has to be.
But hold up. But he's been there. Resume matters. He's been there.
Yes,
Of course.
Think about it.
Been there
Mike
twice.
McDonald's resume is just as, if not more impressive, because he's only had 2 seasons, 10-win season, Super Bowl. You feel me?
Look at
Sean
where he
McVay's
did
had
it, though.
7. Sean
I know,
McVay's had
but-
like 7 or 8
Look
seasons.
at where, bump that though. He's on the 3rd least talented team in that division.
That's
Is
a
what
good
you would
point.
say coming into the season and just won a Super Bowl
I don't
in
know.
his division.
I don't know about
Like,
that.
in his
That team-
second
that
year as a
team
head
is sound-
coach.
that team is
No,
talented.
I know they are.
are.
I'm
But
saying
at
coming
least
into the
that-
season, you wouldn't have said that.
I mean, he has to do a little bit more to make him done. That's all I'm saying. Like, yes, I can't take him over Sean McVay because Sean McVay has done more. He's done more. Just because he has a small
Yeah, he's been
service
there
size
longer.
of 2 years.
But here's what's crazy.
He did it with 2 different
But to
nucleuses,
me, it's
though.
like been there longer and done more are 2 different things.
Okay.
Like,
But that's
by
a resume, though.
By nature of being alive, somebody's done more. So to me, 2-5 is like McDonald's only had 2 opportunities, right? Last year he gave you 10 wins in the second toughest division in football. This year he gave you a Super Bowl. So like McDonald's has done. McDonald has as many Super Bowls as McVay, more Super Bowls than Shanahan.
This is what I'm saying to you, though. I'm saying your resume matters. That's why, like, if a dude has a championship in his first 2 years, that's great. But you got to keep going because you can stop. Dan Marino,
Yep.
second year went to Super Bowl. We thought they it didn't happen like that.
Yeah.
Some of you got to keep going. So right now, he's a great start. He's a great start.
If you have to rank,
I can't just put him ahead of them guys. Like first, okay, so Sean McVay, he's been really, really good. He's been winning. He went to the Super Bowl twice with 2 different quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Okay, let's leave that to that side.
But that doesn't, to me, like.
but right now, where would you rank him though?
Bump that.
That's
Count resume. You know, I'm with Shady. Count resume.
Gotta count
Right,
resume.
Count resume. But to me, 2-5, even when you count resume, what Mike McDonald has done with this team, like that matters. That counts because that also matters. Like Mike McDonald did it with Sam Darnold. The Sam Darnold, you're like, he's good.
But you say that though. But
Matt
look, if
Stafford's the first ballot Hall of Fame.
But if you look at if you look at the playoffs though, just from the start to finish, I would have said that the Seahawks had a top team wise. They can run the ball well. They got the best wide receiver and
Yeah,
football.
Shady,
But-
hold on.
And then they had a
Shady.
great defense. You
I
can
hear
say
you.
that.
Would you have said that before the season? They were 60-1 odds to make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but then you watch them play.
But okay, great. But that's
Of
coaching.
course, and I
But
hear
hold
that,
on,
but that's
hold on.
coaching, though. Like, they deserve that
to me,
credit.
Shady, everything you're saying, everything Shady's saying is right.
Yeah.
That just lends
I
itself
agree
to
with
my
you.
answers.
I agree
Like,
with you.
To
think
me,
so,
like
man.
that to me is coaching. Coaching to me is a physicality that Mike McDonald brought to this team. Coaching to me is the fact that Nicky Manwari, you know how many individuals would have just played him at safety?
So
you know what I mean? Like,
so
when
wait,
go ahead, sir.
If I got two Super Bowl appearances in like 6 years or whatever, and I got a championship, you got a championship, but
Yep.
you've been in for 2 years.
Yep.
Are you? That means you're projecting that you're going to be better than I am.
No, here's
I
what
think you got to go out there and do
What
it.
I would say is this: I did in 2 years what you've done in 6. Talk to me. That's what I would say. Because if
But
you
talking
like.
about, but I'm saying he been in 2 Super Bowls though. That matters. Going there matters.
It does, but like you say with Shanahan, like they won one. If you get All-Pro Shady in your second season and another running back only has one All-Pro in 7 seasons, you're gonna be like, come on, G. Like, congrats.
But that's projections. Just like Mahomes and Brady. All the stuff that Mahomes is doing right now, you would say, you know what, he's gonna be better than Brady. He has a faster start.
Yeah.
But we can't say that because you don't know what the next year is gonna look like.
I would say-
And then hold up,
Yep.
when Mahomes won that championship, we said, yo, he's gonna be better than Tom because what he's doing so much earlier. Hold up.
Okay.
But then when you wait, oh damn, they missed the playoffs this year. Okay,
Yeah.
now he's hurt. Now we gotta wait till he looks like next year. Like that's what I'm saying. Let's just pump the brakes. I think we are prisoners in the moment because once we see something, we gotta jump on it. No, pause that.
Yep.
Let's just wait because Andy Reid he ain't going nowhere. His resume is serious.
Andy Reid's not.
Andy
Andy
Reid's not even in the
I
conversation.
got a real good one for y'all.
Don't say Sean Payton.
Nick Sirianni. Every year goes to the playoffs. He's been to 2. He's been in his division 3 times.
He's been to 2
and he's
Super
been to
Bowls
2
like-
Super Bowls,
like Sean
and
McVay.
and he's won one. But I'm saying like, yo, that's a great resume.
I think-
if you put all these coaches' names right on the board. And you don't say who the name is, and you put their resumes.
Oh, I feel you.
People
Yeah.
would die to have Nick Sirianni's
But
resume.
here's
Of
the
course.
difference. There's a difference between. We did not ask who has the better resume. Nick Sirianni, you're right. I'm not gonna argue it. We said who's the better coach.
Yeah.
So now 2-5. If you're saying who's the better coach, now you have to put on your analyst hat, which you do really well. I got to put on my analyst hat, and I have to say who did the better coaching job. They both won Super Bowl. Shout out to them. But this Seattle Seahawks team had 1 All-Pro. Maybe 2 in an offensive lineman.
I don't
They
care about
had
that. I don't
they
care
had
about that.
JSN.
Yeah,
Well,
JSN.
it matters because of talent. Like this Seahawks team,
Their team's talented though.
It
Like,
is,
yeah.
but they're not elitely talented. That's what I'm
I
saying.
mean,
Like,
but
they're
how
talented.
many elite talented teams is it? Ain't that many elite talented
I mean,
teams?
I hear you. I think there are a couple of them. I think the Baltimore is extreme. They're an elite.
I don't think
talented
they- I don't
team.
think they're elite
San
talent.
Francisco,
I don't
the
think Baltimore's
Rams,
elite
the
talent.
Eagles. I think they're.
You think Baltimore elite? Where? Tell me.
They're just not
Baltimore.
well coached.
Kyle Hamilton, Marlon Humphrey, Lamar Jackson,
Roquan
Ronnie
Smith.
Stanley, Roquan Smith. They have
They got
perennial
way more
All-Pros.
dudes.
They have way more dudes.
They got about 6 to 7, 4 legit guys.
And how many do the
hold on,
Seahawks have?
That's what I'm saying. Like they don't have that many
Kenneth
All
Walker's
Pros.
not better than Derrick Henry.
He's
No,
not.
but he don't need to be. But he's really, really good.
Sure.
All right, so he don't need to be Derrick Henry, but he close.
I think we're getting into
He's
comparing the
close.
rosters though, and I just wanted to add nuance to the conversation though as well, because we are talking about the coaches rather than the resumes, right? So one, the resume argument, I do get what you're saying, but also I agree with giving someone credit for being there for 6 years and doing it consistently, but also I can't punish Mike McDonald when we're talking about how good are they right now when he's only been there 2 years.
Yeah, so we gotta see more though.
Yeah, my thing is though, when
That's
I look
all.
at what Mike McDonald brings to the table, this is 2 times in 3 years that the defense that he's responsible for calling is the best scoring defense in the entire NFL.
Yeah.
And what do those teams look like without him? Completely different. They do. Sorry, like Zach Orr this year for the Baltimore Ravens had the same nucleus of players looking like dog crap for the first half of the season. Mike McDonald is the special ingredient, and I think that's why, in my opinion, he's right. If he's not top 3, he's in that conversation. The 4 that you would have would be Andy Reid, Sean McVay. You could throw in Sirianni and then a Kyle Shanahan.
But here's where
I would take that. I would take that.
Here's where I'll take it even further. And y'all know me as a defensive guy. What Mike McDonald did and who he did it with is why I say coaching. Because Mike McDonald has gotten the most out of these players. And not only that, Nick Hemingway didn't go in the first round. He didn't go in the first round. Runner-up for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Didn't go in the first round. Mike McDonald, I'd say Tariq Woolen. You had 5 picks as a rookie. I think you were on the fringe of being an all-pro, maybe a Pro Bowler.
He's good.
And you got to go to the bench. You're making too many mental errors. So as talented as you are, you got to go to the bench. I'll start you in nickel. Hey, Julian Love. Oh, Giants didn't want you? Sure. I'll take you. Dexter Lawrence. DeMarcus Lawrence?
Take Lawrence.
Hey, Cowboys didn't want you after 11 years. Dang, you're 33, 34. I'll take you. We'll win with you. Hey, Micah Parsons was calling you out last year in Dallas. Micah Parsons was saying that DeMarcus Lawrence said, like, you weren't leading the guys. And you went to the Seahawks, started for them, won a Super Bowl. I'll take you. So that's why, to me, when I look at what Mike McDonald did and won with, I go in, I look at the Eagles with A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Saquon Barkley, Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell, Super Bowl champ before that. I look at Patrick Mahomes. I look at Travis Kelce. Before that, I look at Odell Beckham, Von Miller, Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Donald. Before that, I look at Tom Brady, Antonio Brown, Rob Gronkowski, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. So now I look at Kenneth Walker. JSN didn't play the last quarter and a half, really. He was hurt. I look at Devin Witherspoon. Like, when I look at that, I say, Mike McDonald, what you did as a coach is absolutely phenomenal. Also, we hear y'all in the chat. We know y'all want to talk Bad Bunny. We will talk Bad Bunny next. We hear y'all in the chat. I'm telling you, we got to talk about that Super Bowl halftime show. But Mike McDonald, I do think it does put him, if not top 3. Shady, give me your top 5 then. We'll end the conversation. Give me your top 5. Yes, sir.
I mean, I told you I would go Andy Reid. I would go Nick Sirianni. Now, this ain't in order. This is 5.
Of course.
Sean McVay. I would go with I would probably put Mike in there. I would put Mike in that top 5. And I'll probably do Shanahan.
And with my rankings,
Shanahan would be 5 for me.
Top 5.
My rankings, Andy Reid, no question. I think Sean McVay, because of consistency, what he's done, I'm putting him 2. This is where it gets tough. Kyle Shanahan, because of the job he's done this year, but he hasn't gotten it done.
See,
and he hasn't gotten it done because of him, though.
But time out. See, this is my issue. He is a top 5 coach.
Absolutely.
But how can you put him in front of these winning coaches?
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not. Okay. I can't. I'm sorry. I put Mike McDonald at 3.
Mike McDonald's at 3. Okay.
And then this is where I get nasty. I put Shanahan at 4 and Sirianni.
Well,
maybe
you're a Cowboy
5.
guy, so I get it. That's not true. I mean,
it's not that. It's more so just the fact that those other guys can take over whenever things aren't going wrong, and I've seen them whenever things aren't going wrong, be able to make some shape.
But brother, y'all talking like he's not a coordinator.
No, I know.
He's a head coach. My job is to look over both sides.
Yeah, and I think he does a great job of that. But my thing is though, whenever he doesn't have the coordinators in place, you're just not going to win a playoff game. That's what's shown it to be.
Let me jump in before we get to Bad Bunny. Let me jump in. Andy Reid, obviously. Then I'd probably go McVay, tied with McDonald, Sirianni, Shanahan. I want to go Shanahan, Sirianni for obvious reasons. But McDonald, the reason I will take McDonald at number 2 or number 3 is I think McDonald's success is easier to repeat than anybody else's. Yeah. Matthew Stafford gets hurt, it's a wrap. Brock Purdy and them dudes get hurt, it's a wrap. This dude won with Sam Darnold.
He's 38 years old and got a job as an analyst. An intern.
Yeah.
And he's climbed his way to being a Super Bowl champion before the age of 40. I mean, it's
wow.
He's unbelievable.
Let's talk about Bunny.
Yeah, no, let's go ahead and talk about. I wish I knew the words, but no. It was a vibe. It was a vibe during the halftime show. Chris Brown, though, however, did put out a tweet on his Instagram story, not a tweet. But he said, I think it's safe to say they need me. There was a lot of opinions about Bad Bunny's halftime performance, whether, we need to have a halftime performance by a man speaking Spanish the entire time.
Can we see a clip of the performance, too? Because it's been about 3 hours since we saw the performance. Pull up a clip. Let me know when you have one.
I'll go ahead and show you.
Shady, you had a lot of thoughts about the Super Bowl.
No, I loved it, though. I loved it. I mean,
so this was his outro during the Super Bowl.
Now, don't play too long. We can't get
Yeah,
struck.
yeah, I was about to
Turn
say,
the
yeah,
volume
yeah.
off.
We're
Turn the
gonna
volume off.
pause that one for right now. But yeah, we don't want to get copyright struck. But yeah, he ended up calling out all of the countries in Latin America. Actually, all of America though, because he said I believe it was like God bless America at the beginning. Then he said literally everyone from Canada all the way down to Argentina and whatnot, all the Americas. I thought it was actually a really nice message.
And he said, "Come together."
Yeah, exactly.
And
He said,
I
"Come
like
together."
that, man. You know, it's funny, man. Like people just don't understand that. Like Puerto Rico is part of America. Like and
Okay, geography.
he was showing his culture though. If you really watch it, he was really showing his culture. He's going through the whole maze, right? Of different how it looks and what do they do and how they celebrate. I loved it. He had a lot of different Puerto Rican people in there. I don't know if you've seen Cardi B. She was in there.
Yep, exactly. Jessica Alba was in there.
Yo,
Pedro Pascal was in there.
My man, Xander Zayas, he's a boxer.
Boxer, yep.
He's the
Puerto Rican
biggest
boxer.
champion over there for Puerto Rico. So I love what he did, man. And it's crazy. I didn't understand not one word he said other than like "see" and stuff like that. But I loved it. That's how I know that at the presentation, right? Everything was perfect. The performance was excellent. So Bad Bunny, you're a bad mother, man. I ain't never watched you before. I heard about you. When I'm in the DR, I'll be definitely doing your little songs and all that. But watching it though, dog, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan.
I will say,
Out of 1 to 10 minute highs, it was a 9 for me.
Damn.
Bro, I didn't know none of the words.
It was a phenomenal
I was
performance, though.
rocking. He had
He's a
everything.
phenomenal
Bro,
performer.
Listen, I've been to Puerto Rico like maybe once. He was really showing me how it would look like there. I'm like, oh.
But they had the dominoes on the table.
After watching it, I felt like I've been there already before.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? It was a great performance.
Did you feel like you've been there because you were watching it, or did you feel like you've been there because you've been there and you were reminiscing about having been there?
Not that. I mean, I don't really remember
Be
it that
honest,
much. But it was more of just
okay.
how it was looking, or the stuff he was showing us, the message he was sitting out there. Like, I loved
Got
it.
it.
Can I say, like, a lot of our leaders could take a note from Bad Bunny's halftime performance.
Yeah.
Together we are America, he said. The only thing more powerful than hate is love, he said. God bless America, he said. Bad Bunny actually showed us what America is. America is taking the brilliance, the beauty of so many other countries coming together in one country. So many different languages, so many different heritages, so many different cultures coming together in one place to all be celebrated. Yep. He had the Puerto Rican flag. He had the American flag. He had several different flags from the different Latin American countries and different North American countries. Bad Bunny actually showed us that if you're willing to step outside of yourself and open up your mind for even the sliver of a second, you too can learn, you can be entertained, you can have a little understanding, you can have a little empathy, and you can have fun while doing it. I think so many leaders could actually take a note from Bad Bunny's halftime performance, because while it was entertaining, he was also teaching us some messages. Remember, I believe he had a young individual that was was subject to mistreatment from ICE out there.
He was detained. He was a 5-year-old boy.
A 5-year-old boy that was detained.
He handed him a
He had
Grammy.
a wedding that was out there and a proposal that was out there. On the football, he had Together We Are America. And there's nothing more powerful than that to me. Because oftentimes I feel like we think individually we are America. America's not America because of one individual group. America not America because of white people. America not America because of black people. America not America because of Hispanics. America not America exclusively because of immigrants. America is America because we have all come together to this beautiful country, and Bad Bunny displayed that at the Super Bowl halftime show. So for that, I will give it a 10 out of 10. For the messaging, for the symbolism. I have more thoughts, but Carebear, I know you have several.
No, I mean, I completely agree with you. I think, honestly, it kind of shined a light on, one, everybody had so many different issues with this, as if in a lot of the major cities in America, you're not going to walk out and see the same culture. You're not going to walk outside of your house and be involved in the same culture or see these people. I think America, like you said, is a country based on it's on immigrants. Immigrants moved here. Immigrants built this place. Immigrants are the backbone of what we call America today. And I think it was actually a beautiful performance. I thought he was sending a message today. Not saying anything in English, not trying to assimilate, being his true, authentic self. Puerto Rico, also, like you said, very much Shady. They're a part of America, and we treat them as they're not. And to me, that's like even I think the president put out something today saying that it was an abomination and not reflective of the successes and essentially what America is all about. And I think today we saw one of the biggest artists in the world, by the way. One of the biggest, most successful, one of the most insanely incredible, talented performers on stage, and also one of the most well-reviewed artists in the entire world. No beef with anybody, nothing like that. A lot of people ready to hate on him, and I thought he had an amazing performance today. So
I think they hate is because we're having a halftime show at the Super Bowl, and he's not speaking English.
yeah.
That's the problem. But my thing is, this is America.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that are Latinos that don't
Absolutely.
speak English, you know? So the same way how if they come to this country and they don't speak English, right? But they gotta listen to the rap songs or the country songs. It just shows that we are one country, man, and what makes America is everybody coming together, though. So I love the performance. Like I said before, I didn't really know a lot of the words, man, but I was rocking.
Yeah.
The beats was good, and then the presentation was great. Like what he wanted to display and show, it showed.
Yeah.
I feel like I was back in Puerto Rico again.
Yeah.
You know,
And this is my thing though too. When you're at the club, right? You've been out in the club.
Last time in the club.
Acho, you said what? When's
Yeah,
the last time I was at the club?
yeah.
Oh, like last night, bro. I
Okay,
mean, I stay
okay,
outside now.
okay.
But you guys have been out. When that Daddy Yankee comes on, when that gasolina, you get lit, right?
Yeah,
you get lit, right?
It's like my shoulders start
Hey,
moving.
when you had a wedding, that suavemente besame, yo quiero sentir tus labios besándome otra vez, suave, bésame, suave, bésame. Yeah, you get turned, right? Why are we acting like you need to understand? Do you know every word to suavemente?
No.
Do you know every word
That's
to
why I like hum it.
to gasolina? That's what I'm saying. We don't know all the words to these songs,
You know
but at the
some
same
song
time,
I-
we know how music makes us feel at the
Yeah.
end of the day.
Nah, but what's that
Bad
song?
Bunny's one of the best performers in
What's
the
that
world.
song?
bro.
I forget the word.
But
it was a cop song. What you gonna do? No ways.
Bad boys.
No,
What you
I know
gonna
that
do?
word though.
You don't even understand what Shaggy's saying. But you got me on the counter. It wasn't me. Even got me on the sofa. It wasn't me. You don't understand what they're saying.
It wasn't me.
No. Real.
Shawty gave me and she got me.
Real cheaters know that.
Picture this. How do I forget that I had given her that Shaggy? All the times she was standing there. We gotta do a show. That's what I'm saying. You don't even know. I know how to play. Yeah. Come on. You don't know. You don't know what he's saying, but it's lit.
Same way.
The only thing, like when I was
Sean
watching
Paul.
this halftime show, because let me not advocate for the devil. Devil doesn't need an advocate, but I do understand the aspect of like football is actually the truest English game.
Yeah.
Like American game.
Yeah.
Basketball, we truly have an international presence. The best NBA players right now, at least by MVPs, are basketball players. Baseball, the best players are haven't been American in Lord knows how long. But football, it is still truly an American English-speaking game. We do not have dedicated translators post-game. And baseball, Shohei finna have himself a translator.
Yeah.
Even though
Don't
he's
get it
faking,
twisted.
but yes.
But still,
Yeah.
In basketball, for the first 3 years of Giannis's life, he was,
Yeah.
you know, I just want to.
My name Jeff.
Like, but football.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
Football, we don't play that.
Yeah.
So it was interesting watching this halftime show because it's like, it's different. Football is truly an American game, and yet there was a halftime show in which the performer wasn't speaking any English. So I do believe there was a legitimate tension there because, yeah, you could vibe with it, you could rock with it, but like you couldn't fully, in my mind, enjoy it fully. Not that you couldn't enjoy it, so make sure you hear my words. You couldn't fully enjoy it because you couldn't fully understand it. So like you can't fully enjoy something you can't fully understand.
Yeah.
You can fully feel it. You can fully let your body move. Like we would be lying if we were like, yeah, I could fully enjoy it. You can't fully understand it. There's no conversation you can fully enjoy if you can't fully understand.
See,
Can
I hate to be that guy.
Be that guy, 2-5.
I disagree with you. Right? If I watch this halftime show and I hit mute and I just watched it, I loved it.
Entertaining.
Absolutely.
I understood it.
Entertaining.
So you say you didn't understand? I understood
I
it.
said fully. You don't know what you're saying?
I mean, that's also,
he could have been cussing you out.
There's certain rap songs that I don't fully understand what he's saying, but you get an understanding. I know enough.
Thanks.
He was showing me so much that like I said, I felt like dang, I'm from Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Right? I might not fully understood everything, but I knew enough. So that's why I disagree. I thought it was perfect. It was a great performance. If I had to watch a performance and I didn't know none of the words, it was today that was best for me.
You know,
Nah,
Shady's point,
yeah.
I'll give him that, and then Carebear take the baton. Because I do believe this was a more visually stimulating and tantalizing
Absolutely.
performance visually than some of the ones we've seen in years past. Strictly visually. Like, Bad Bunny fell through the roof of that building, and then he climbed on the pole of that other thing, and then there were all of the different dancers showing different cultures and all of, like, it was truly an immersive visual experience.
Yeah.
it was just a visual experience. It wasn't necessarily a fully immersive auditory experience, only because I couldn't digest what he was saying.
Also, a lot of people don't know the songs. And that's okay though. And that's kind of my argument though too. If you're watching and you have like some sort of tension because you can't understand what they're saying, bruh, like you said, visually it's amazing. If you're watching with tension and Jessica Alba's on the screen, brother, you wrong type of tension. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like
you might need to release some of that tension.
Hey yo,
I'm sorry.
do y'all know?
No, like
you watch football,
of course,
right? You played it. You know what I mean? Trey, you watch it. You watch it.
Yeah, of course.
I ask you first. What's this mean?
Oh,
that's some TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mess.
What's this mean?
No idea.
What's this mean?
It's some TikTok mess.
Yeah.
If I told y'all what I can't say it on air, but if you ask a player that's playing what it means, they're not gonna say TikTok. You see what I'm saying? But you watch it, but you love it. It's the same thing. Okay. You're not gonna fully understand everything.
Okay.
Unless you're in the mix.
But let me give it to you this time. Hold on, one more. Okay. Shady, remember when Mahomes scored a touchdown and was like,
yeah,
against Chicago Bears,
right?
And many people thought he was counting up his touchdowns,
right?
And he wasn't. I believe you were telling me how many picks.
But watch this.
Yep.
When you see him doing that, did you know what he was doing?
I knew there was something. I knew there was something more.
But you wouldn't know.
Yep.
Because he's not gonna tell you that. How did I know? Because I was there. If I was watching the game on TV, I might think it's this, but I wouldn't know. So my thing is
tell them what it was so the viewer can put together.
I guess the quarterback that was playing against
Mr. Trubisky.
Yeah, he got drafted in front of him. He was counting up the spots that he drafted him before him.
And to me, though, knowing that makes it even more impactful.
But you didn't know that.
Correct.
Yeah. So you not watching, you not knowing, but you still watching. You loved it.
I thought, but I was lost.
And you was lost in the Bad Bunny joint. But you loved it.
Yeah.
Because this is my problem. Unless Michael Jackson comes back from the dead and performs at the halftime show, everybody's going to be lost at some point. So there's going to be someone that will be lost. Rather, not everybody. There's going to be someone that's lost. Last year, do you think that someone in a rural community of Ames, Iowa, knew what Kendrick Lamar was doing?
We worked somebody said they understand it.
That's what I'm saying. Like that. No,
that's crazy.
He said that. He said I didn't understand anything.
Oh no, that's crazy. I don't agree with that. But like, my thing is, there's always going to be different niches or different artists that are doing certain things. At the end of the day, when you look back at it, when we look back at this Super Bowl. Pause. Come on, bro. When you look back at this Super Bowl internationally, the NFL's trying to grow internationally. There is not a more well-known
drink. Hold on. Hold on.
You got to drink.
You got to drink to that. You got to drink to that. Take a shot, please.
Like, yo, you talking to me? I'm grown, man. Don't talk to me like that.
Gracious.
I'm not drinking apple juice. I want the real.
Oh, that's the real.
Oh, damn.
I want the real. Hey, oh, this the real?
That's the real.
Oh, that's the real. Okay, bet. Say listen.
Quick question: was that better than?
That's the real. That is the real.
Yeah, hey,
I gotta actually drink now.
Make two.
Okay,
Hey,
I got you.
Do you think this was make three?
Oh, okay. Say less. Give me that glass. But
Strong. Pass it over.
Hey, Shady already know. He ain't had to ask me. He know I'm pulling up.
What was better though? Kendrick Lamar or this one?
Stop it. Let's not. Can we not?
It's not a fair fight because I fully understand.
it's not
Kendrick
close
Lamar.
either.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Now,
also,
but here's
it's
what
not
I
close.
But here's where I will say.
me a glass.
Shout out to Bad Bunny because I think Bad Bunny made the same effort with messaging that Kendrick Lamar did.
Yeah.
Kendrick wasn't just performing.
We always try. I'm
Kendrick
sorry
was
for trying to
messaging.
be-
Remember,
Yeah.
Uncle Sam was out there, and Samuel L. Jackson was out there, representation of Uncle Sam. Bad Bunny was doing the same thing with messaging.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Having the child that was detained by ICE,
Yeah.
having the individuals with the wedding proposal and the marriage, and then having the Together We Are America. Bad Bunny did what Kendrick did in his own way. You feel me?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I would say if we're talking like last 5 years, I go Kendrick. But if you wanted to then go Bad Bunny
Janet.
and then Usher and then Rihanna and then
the LA one.
and then LA
The
one,
LA
yeah.
joint, yeah. With Dre
Not
and
Janet.
50 and
The last 5 years, I said.
Oh.
I like if you wanted to rank you know what? Let me get it. Let me get
No,
your,
I like the Eminem one up.
because
Social
social
that
media's
was- that
gonna
was hot.
social media's gonna like this. No, let me get your ranking.
My ranking?
Last 5 Super Bowl halftime performers.
I need to see
in
what
order.
you-
let's
So,
see
okay.
what the 5 are.
So we'll see.
I hated
While
that.
you pull that
So
up,
we
though,
got
I just
Usher,
wanted to
yeah.
I just wanted to chime in real quick
Please do.
and say that different fights though,
Okay.
same battlefield, different battles.
Yeah.
And I hate the idea of this multiculturalism. Like Latinos and the Latinx community fight a very different fight than what Black America fights, and both are worthy. Both
It's
are
close though. It's a close fight though.
No, there are definitely some through lines and
okay.
some similarities.
Okay.
But very different fights. So I think Kendrick and Bad Bunny's performances are unique in their own right,
but because they pertain to a specific culture. I think so. That's
All right.
I guess we buy.
I'm scared to give y'all my rankings on this one, especially knowing everybody
knowing that
in the
you're the
chat.
youngest one in here, and we probably gonna slander you to hell for it.
Yeah. All right, so
Let's
look,
see what you got.
last 5 Super Bowl halftime shows, it was Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar, and all of them.
Yep.
It was Rihanna the year afterwards.
That was terrible
yeah.
too.
Usher, Kendrick Lamar, and it was Bad Bunny.
Okay. All
I had to rank those 5.
Now wait, are we ranking on what? What's the criteria? Performance,
whatever he
impact.
Bro, that's
Okay,
not
all right,
that's
all
not
right,
made complicated.
okay.
Whatever he liked.
Okay.
If I had to rank those 5, I'm gonna go from 5 up. So I just gotta get it out of the way.
Number 5.
Number 5 is gonna be that Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar.
I'm done. Yeah.
They
We
booing
can-
him in the back. They booing him in the back.
Hey, make some noise if you under 30 years old. Yeah, I'm the only one. I'm sorry. Look, it's not that I don't think they're legends. They are legends. It just didn't do it. I didn't grow up in that era.
keep
I'm
going,
sorry.
brother.
You good.
All right,
Keep growing.
number 4, I would say it was Rihanna. Rihanna, I think, is amazing. I think she.
When that joint bad, that was terrible.
Nah. Her performance just wasn't.
She
like,
didn't even move.
yeah, like she just. It wasn't.
She was pregnant.
No, I know.
and?
Serena was pregnant when she won the French Open the last time.
Yo,
All right, keep going. This your list. This your list. Keep going. Keep going. This your list.
Pregnant or not, you're obligated to give us a show. She wasn't even moving. She was talking. She wasn't even moving.
Yeah, I mean, I just from a performance perspective, I don't think Rihanna's was the strongest. I love Rihanna though. Rihanna,
She was singing from her chair.
That's Bad Girl Riri. Come on now, Bad Gal.
She's rubbing her stomach.
All right, number 3 for me,
Okay.
I do Kendrick Lamar. Sorry, Kendrick Lamar at number 3 for me. I was there.
It's gonna be hard to get back in that chair.
I was there, man. It was I mean, who was there? Who was at the game? Oh yeah, I was. It just wasn't. I'm sorry. Like it was great. It was great. Don't get me wrong. He's a very talented individual.
Okay.
He ended the biggest rap beef in history with the game over at the end. I think that was really tough. It was awesome. I think people blew it out of proportion. I was tired of hearing about it. It might be fatigue though as well. I'll say that one.
This story is crazy.
Number 2, I would put what we just saw at a Bad Bunny. It was electric. It was dope. Like the message in the Kendrick Lamar one though as well.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. Kendrick had Samuel L. come out at the beginning.
Come on, bro.
I'm gonna flip those two.
No.
I'm gonna go Bad Bunny 3. Then I do. Because he had Samuel L.
Where you at? Who's your number 1?
Number 1 is Usher. Usher has so many hits, bro. Also, growing up in a household with a single mother, Usher, come on now. Usher was playing. That was on all the time. So it was, Usher was number 1 for me in those last 5. Can I be honest though?
Be honest.
I don't think any of the ones in the last 5 years are top 3 halftime performance in my
So
opinion.
what's your
since I've
grade?
seen it.
Yeah, that's not a hot take.
Bruno Mars in the cold in New York lit that joint up, bro. It was crazy. Also, Beyonce in New Orleans lit that joint on fire.
Yeah.
Do y'all not remember, bro? The power went out and it changed the course of the game because of how good Beyonce was.
Yeah.
That those two are the top ones. Also, Prince.
Yeah,
Prince was amazing.
Yeah, Prince was.
And I was a kid. For me to realize how amazing Prince was when I was a kid, come on now.
My man. Yeah. You just say name me.
Those are my top 3.
Name me 5 Prince songs.
Purple Rain.
Purple Rain.
Purple Rain, Purple and Rain, Rain and Purple.
That's crazy.
I'm not thinking.
Come on,
I can help you out.
bro.
When doves cry.
But that's
Diamonds and pearls.
It wasn't for that.
Oh, okay, my bad.
He's just talking there. Like,
Yeah,
what?
okay, yeah.
It was good. It was a good
Prince
performance.
is so great. He's my
Speaking of
number
talking,
1.
y'all realize we haven't talked about the Patriots yet.
Yeah, we have not.
Can we talk about the Patriots?
Can
Can we
we
talk about the losers?
We do need to
say
talk
about
about the
it? We should.
losers of the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 60.
Hold on, before we do that.
Okay.
Hey, Rome, you got them wins?
Oh,
Hey.
hey. Someone's pockets got blessed today.
Listen,
This might be the
wasn't
most
mine.
important moment in the show. If you're watching the show,
Lost.
I'm glad you're here. There's nothing more important than what we about to show y'all. I've been trying to help y'all out. Social Trey called me out, and Trey, what you tell me?
I told you that people want your picks.
So I showed the
Go with the hot
world
hand.
my prize picks, and today, let's just run them in order, Rome. Whatever you say, whatever you show, I'm gonna say. I did a little $2,000 bet
The rich get
to
richer.
win $14,000. Christian Ellis tackles under, Kobe Bryant, more, Drake Thomas assisted tackles. Y'all know I be watching tape. That was one of them. Next, I did a little $500 bet to make $8,250. AJ Barner 54, Christian Ellis under, Drake Thomas over, Nick Emenwari under 6. Next. I did another $500 bet to make $7,250. AJ Barner over again. Had Kobe Bryant and Drake Thomas on this one, plus Christian Ellis. Next.
Just some light 500 for
I
7,000.
did another $500 bet to make $2,800. Carlton Davis had a little fun with that one. Threw him on there. Nick Emenwari under again. AJ Barner up. $2,500 in wagers to make $32,000. Prize picks. Code Speakeasy. Y'all think this is just an ad read?
You know what the craziest
I'm
part
trying
is?
to help y'all get rich.
Hold
Let me
up.
finish the ad though.
No, I'm gonna help you finish.
Go,
You know what
please.
the craziest part is? He tried to help y'all.
I did.
He tried. He went through it.
Why you
We
ain't trying to help
recorded
me?
a whole video.
You
He
recorded
tried
the
to
whole
help
video.
y'all. So you can't blame nobody but yourself. You
From
can't.
here on,
I'm blaming me right now because I didn't put in
You
enough.
download Prize Picks. You use code Speakeasy. You get $50 for free after you make your first $5 line up. 32 bands off $2,500 in bets. For context, scale that down to whatever your pocketbooks are. That means you would have bet $250 today. Could have won $3,000.
Yeah, I'd have bet $2.50. I would have won 100.
Why you ain't send me
300
that ticket? I'd have put at least
or 30.
Hey, it was a good day.
Shady, you recovering? We know that accountability and speakeasy.
Accountability
You said,
and
yeah.
speakeasy.
You said you trying
more
to distance yourself from that. So we didn't want to lead thy neighbor into temptation.
Amen.
Amen. Come
Amen.
on, don't get me to
Hallelujah.
preacher. Come on
Amen.
now. Come on now. Don't get me to
But,
preacher.
but do what?
Amen.
Deliver
Come on
us. Come on now.
Come on now.
Close the doors.
Yeah, close the. Hey, we getting Psalms 91 up in here, bro. That's what we doing.
Close the doors.
All right, look, we got to talk about the Patriots, though, fellas. Drake Maye in this postseason run, 4 games played with a 57.1% completion percentage, 6 touchdowns and 8 turnovers, 21 sacks taken, with an 81.3 passer efficiency rating. An objectively awful playoff run. My boy Joel tweeted that out. That's hilarious. Fellas, did this loss prove that the Patriots this season and this playoff run were frauds?
This loss proves that if you're not truly battle tested, you'll get punched in the face. I won't call the Patriots fraudulent because at the end of the day, they did force those turnovers against CJ Stroud. But what I will say is the Patriots' road to the Super Bowl was significantly easier and more convenient than other roads. Bo Nix was hurt. You didn't have to go through him. Let's also start in your division. Your division was relatively laughable. The Bills were down this year throughout the regular season. The Dolphins were down this year. Tyreek Hill is injured, and the Jets are the Jets. They were down this year, and they're already down. So the Patriots didn't really have to face too many legitimate teams. If you look at the Patriots schedule, they didn't have to face too many legitimate number 1 receivers. Hell, this game, Jackson Smith and Jigba, he was hurt as well. So I think the Patriots' lack of being battle tested never allowed the world to fully understand how elite or lack thereof the Patriots were. You really watched the tape, you knew this probably wasn't going to be a game. Carebear, what you told me before the show when your friend Bailey interviewed me?
Yeah, you predicted it perfectly, though. You said there's no other result that could happen in the Super Bowl other than the Seahawks winning by domination, which I thought was a very bold take. But when you really go back and look at it, matchups wise, I just think it was a horrible one.
It wasn't a fair fight. So
Yeah.
I can't call them frauds 2-5, but they weren't tested.
They're not no frauds. They went to the Super Bowl. And I will say the quarterback played well this year. And despite if it's a great team he's going against or not, he's in the NFL. So.
Yeah.
But I think it's more of a credit of the Seahawks defense because it don't matter what quarterback Drake Maye faced. That's starting to get played out. That don't matter. He lost to Sam Darnold. But the truth is, you lost to that defense. That defense is generational. Yeah, I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
Right? The way they played today, they had Drake Maye confused. They couldn't block up front. So now, as a quarterback, okay, my clock is going on faster because my guys can't block for me. I'm getting hit everywhere on my blind side. Number 2, they were disguising the coverages so well, he know where to go with the ball.
Yeah.
Bro, because the Patriots defense played well. They played well enough to win the game. Just that the youth show, I think, for the Patriots. Young quarterback, he showed it today.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're frauds. Just one of the moments where you got to learn and grow from it. But
think-
the Seahawks defense, they the real deal.
They're the real deal.
They're the
for
real
sure.
deal.
I think there's some negatives and some positives. On one hand, the Patriots weren't supposed to be here whatsoever. So them making it here was incredible. And also the teams that they played defensively were stacked, man. You went from the Chargers to the Chargers to the Texans to the Broncos and then to the Seahawks. You got the top 4 defenses in the entire National Football League back to back to back to back. So I'm not going to jump on Drake Maye just so crazy yet, right? But also You played you played 3. Okay.
What's wrong with this dude,
Is that
man?
crazy?
You said
Was that
you're
crazy?
not going to jump on Drake.
I'm not
Maye
gonna
yet?
I'm not gonna jump on his back crazy yet. Like,
I
is
hope
that,
you don't jump on any part of them. Like that is just like
Not as back, not as front,
bro. Like
not as side.
I'm not sharp.
Nothing.
I missed
Don't
3
jump on
episodes, bro.
nothing.
I gotta get back into my bag. I'm sorry.
You're not
I'm
sharp.
sorry. I'm not sharp.
When you said you was back
I'm
outside,
knocking the
I
rust
know you
off
meant
right
this
now.
kinda
Can I knock the
outside,
rust off,
Carebear.
yo? Can I finish
listen,
the tape?
keep your
I
big
was happy about this take when I was thinking
keep
about
your
it.
big self off nobody, man.
All right, bro. Look, this team, I believe that they played the first team that wasn't going to beat themselves. Throughout the entire season, the big games that they have won that they actually got tested in, we talked about this before the show. What type of adversity have the Patriots really faced this season? And to be honest, it was the Bills during the regular season in that second game. They jumped out to an early lead, then they ended up losing that game. They go through the playoff run, and it's kind of been easy sailing, especially for this offense. All they had to do was really just not mess it up, which, I mean, they tried to mess it up at times, too. The Texans ended up forcing 4 turnovers from them on defense. But I just think that Blizzard starts in Denver. You're playing a backup quarterback.
That was tough.
CJ Stroud turns the ball over 4 times. They have another fumble added on to that. Justin Herbert just can't play during the playoffs like Dak Prescott. It's like, it's tough.
Well, you know, the other thing is like the Patriots were winning football games because that's what we call it. But what the Patriots were actually winning was just a battle of who could handle the weather better. And the problem is when you played the Seahawks, you ain't have weather. It was who's a better football team. Not who's better in the snow, not who's better in frigid temperatures. It's who's better in perfect conditions.
Yeah.
Because if we're being honest, the Houston Texans beat the Patriots in perfect conditions. If we're being honest, the Broncos beat the Patriots with a starting quarterback. So, again, shout out to the Patriots because at the end of the day, the Patriots had to win those games. They did. But you mentioned the Chargers, you mentioned the Texans, you mentioned the Broncos. What offenses did the Patriots play? Nico Collins, he got hurt.
Yeah.
What offenses did the Patriots play? Bo Nix, he was hurt. What
point.
offenses did the Patriots play? The Chargers?
The Chargers.
Who fired their offensive coordinator the next day?
But the offense won. I mean, but the
Yeah,
defense
Greg
won the
Roman.
issue today, though. The defense played good today.
Yeah, but I think what he's saying is like that those teams, those offenses didn't make them work harder on the other
pressure.
side of the field.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
no, but I get what you're
that's,
saying.
that's really all I'm getting at is like there's no against the defense played good, but against the Texans, the defense won the game. Defense got 4 picks. They didn't pick off. Did the Patriots defense force a turnover today?
That's why no, they didn't.
Yeah, like
That's why I said today, if they don't get a turnover, they're gonna win this game. Because if you watch the way that the Seahawks was playing, it's like, yo, we're gonna be conservative.
Yep.
We don't gotta take no
Yep.
shots. Let's run the ball.
and then they blitzed the hell out of Drake Maye. Devin
They did.
Witherspoon, on the broadcast prior to his last blitz, Devin Witherspoon blitzed like 11, the same blitz
See,
11
but
times.
I don't like that part. Like,
crazy.
what's the NFL? How's that? They being with the same blitz.
Yeah.
It was a wheel and then a nickel.
Nickel,
Like,
yeah.
that ain't even that hard.
Yeah.
You only slide out, had a running back go scan and go block that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm kind of, I don't know how I feel about Josh McDaniels, but like, yo, what's up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What they doing to Drake? Bro?
No. So they're they're on Drake May's head right now. After the game today, he had 3 turnovers. The haters said Drake Maye was an easy schedule merchant. They were correct. Honestly, a great call by the haters. He had a very, very tough game. Do you think he was to blame for the Patriots' loss today? Because, I mean,
Yeah. I mean, like, he missed some gimmies. He took some terrible sacks holding on to the ball entirely too long. And then he threw 2 terrible picks. Did they call the second one a pick or a fumble?
No, they ended up changing it to a pick. It was an interception.
He threw 2 terrible picks. Terrible
He should've
picks.
ran more.
Like the one, exactly right. The one to Julian Love, a terrible pick, and the game wasn't even over yet. Then the one to Uchenna, sack, forced fumble, pick. Like Drake Maye was awful. Now, it was his first Super Bowl as a second-year quarterback. And also remember, he went to North Carolina. He didn't go to Alabama. He didn't go to Georgia. He hasn't even played in like several big games prior to this. He went to North Carolina. It's his biggest game, playing Clemson as a 21-point underdog. So, like, he's a second-year player. I give him some grace. Sam Darnold is a 6-year player. In his first playoff appearance last year, looked atrocious. And then this year, Sam Darnold looked significantly more competent. If we're being honest, Drake Maye sucked all playoffs. He was terrible. Whole playoffs, he was terrible. So, but he wasn't as bad as the opposing quarterback. This was the first game that Drake Maye was worse than the opposing quarterback, is what it is.
Yeah. it's hard to limit it to just this because that offensive line, I hate whenever quarterbacks have awful performances behind a bad offensive line, and it's like, dude, how terrible was that quarterback play? It happened to Patrick Mahomes whenever they played against the Bucs, missing their starting 2 tackles. I mean, Shady, you were there. Missing their starting 2 tackles. You're going to get ran through by Jason Pierre-Paul and Shaq Barrett. The loss is on him today. I'm not here to just throw out his entire season or whatnot, but what I will say, though, is, Acho, and I got to call you out, brother. Drake Maye was not even anywhere near, in my honest opinion, the most valuable player in the NFL this year. I just don't think it should have been a conversation. We saw what Matthew Stafford did to the same exact defense not but 2 weeks ago. We saw what he did the last few times he played this defense. He put up 800 yards and 7 touchdowns. To me, I think that, and it's not like their defense is bad. Maybe Sean McVay hasn't figured out or whatever it is, but to me, Matthew Stafford was by far and away the runaway contender for MVP in this year. And Drake Maye did benefit from having a bad schedule.
But he did.
And that's fair.
That's objectively true.
Yeah.
He benefited from a weak schedule. But here's the dilemma. Who was the leading rusher for the Patriots today?
Today it was Drake Maye.
Great. Drake Maye was leading rusher.
With 5 carries.
Who's the leading receiver for the Patriots today?
Mac Hollins.
Mac Hollins was a special teams player for the first 4 years of his career with the Philadelphia Eagles. Who's the second leading receiver for the Patriots
It was
today?
DeMario Douglas.
Who?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Who's the
Mike Jones.
Who's the third leading receiver for the Patriots today?
Ramondre Stevenson. Yeah.
So, like, that's my point. Like, Drake Maye had a really good season.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
hard for me to compare what Drake Maye does offensively to what a man with receivers named Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua can do offensively. Now, Matthew Stafford's a bad man. Nobody's saying he's not. But it's just hard for Drake Maye. Mac Hollins led the team in receiving in a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Mac Hollins. He led a team receiving in a
what's
Super
weird,
Bowl.
though? I didn't like the offensive scheme. Because, like, Stephon Diggs wasn't on the field a lot today. Did you notice that, though?
Yeah.
Even in the first, I'm like, damn, the first 3 drives, he might have, like, 1 or 2 plays. How you going to beat this Seahawks defense without Stephon Diggs? I don't understand it. Even on the commentary, they said, well, Stephon Diggs should get him involved more.
Yeah, he had 3 targets today. He has
was
caught all of them,
weird.
37 yards. Yeah.
But you know what's crazy is where I'll disagree with Shady slightly is that, like, the Patriots called a game to win. Remember, the Seahawks only had 9 points in the first half. And the Patriots were receiving the ball
What
to
do you
start
mean
the
they
second
called
half.
a game to win?
Meaning the Patriots knew, okay, our defense is good enough to limit the Seahawks to 16 to 21 points. So we got to score about 18 to 22. Remember, Drake Maye threw a pick 6.
Yeah.
So, like the Seahawks only put up 21, 22 points on offense. So the Patriots were like, hey, we're going to play conservative. We're not going to take a bunch of shots because our defense is so good that Drake just don't lose the game. The problem is Drake lost the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, like, where I'm at, Shady, which was like, the Patriots knew they don't have to do too much because the Seahawks offense is good, but they're not wildly explosive. But you throw pick 6s and you throw bad picks. But, bro, the Patriots defense held them to 12.
Can I be honest, though? That's what this entire playoff run for every single AFC game was.
Yeah.
It was, hey, who's going to play less ass out of the quarterbacks and who's going to give the game away?
Yeah.
Like, you can look at every single game. It turned into, like, hey, just don't make mistakes.
Yeah.
Just protect the football.
Yo, did y'all see we got legit breaking news? Seahawks offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak after the game, he's like, I'm gone. He said, I'm going to Las Vegas. He finally said it. He confirmed it.
Yep.
But honestly, let's take a listen to it.
Yeah, I'll let you guys take a listen.
Rome, y'all got
What
it?
does the future look like as a head coach in this league for you? Because it's going to happen.
Yeah, that's up to God, and we're gonna enjoy tonight. Yeah,
So no answers on the network.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah. Well, you guys know I'm going to Las Vegas, so I'm fired up about it. But tonight, one more for one more night. Hell yeah, I'm going. Of course I'm going. Yeah.
Just confirm
Like,
it right
of course
here.
I'm going.
What does the
Oh,
future
wow.
look
Yeah.
like as a head
Clint
coach?
Kubiak on his way to Las Vegas to be the Raiders head coach. Do you think he can turn around the Raiders?
Hell yeah. After seeing what Clint Kubiak was able to do, absolutely. I saw Ashton Genty. I rapped with Ashton Genty at the Clutch Party at the Super Bowl just here a couple days ago, and talking to him and just seeing what he's capable of doing. I think Ashton Genty has the skill set that Kenneth Walker has. I don't know that Ashton Genty has yet. We've seen it. It's been a season, but Ashton Genty has the skill set, if not a greater skill set, than what Kenneth Walker has. Sam Darnold, good player.
Yeah.
Good player. Seahawks, they have JSN. He's a dude. Raiders have Brock Bowers. He's a dude. Raiders need to go get other dudes and need to shore up the offensive line. But, like, if you see what Clint Kubiak was able to do with this Seahawks offense, I believe he can find a way to do it again with the Raiders. He just needs to get his other dudes or his other pieces. You know what I mean? He needs to find a way to get 2 more pieces on that offense or shore up that offensive line. Then you got to go get a bad man, a defensive coordinator. Because the Seahawks won because of Mike McDonald.
He's been very optimistic I don't know though.
I don't
Because
know.
first of all, you in the division with real gangsters. You got the Chiefs. They gonna be back. They gonna be back. And then you got Denver. Denver's a good team. Like
Yeah.
there's what a game from being in the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Also, and then the last was the Chargers. Chargers are always a team where like you never know. It's unpredictable because they really good, then they do bad. It's just like up and down. But they are a good team and they're coached well. And they have a quarterback that whenever he can get it together, they're gonna be legit too. And then the Raiders, they don't have a lot of pieces over there. I don't know if he's gonna go over and just save the day. I
don't think he can.
I can't confirm that.
Yeah.
But if
I can't confirm
if
that.
anybody could, here's why you have to believe he could. The
Man.
NFC West is as good as the AFC West, right? Seahawks, Niners, Rams.
Okay.
And then there's
Chiefs.
Chiefs, Broncos, Chargers.
Right.
And then what is there in both of those divisions?
A terrible team.
There is the shrimp that eat the catfish shit at the bottom of the ocean floor. And that is what the Las Vegas Raiders and the Arizona Cardinals.
But here's
are.
what we know. The Seahawks were not 2 years away from winning a Super Bowl before Mike McDonald. When I looked at the Seahawks team with Geno Smith, without a head coach, with no defensive pieces.
When you have a defense like that, though, dog, you always have a chance.
But remember,
Defense like that, and then you have, like, it's weird how they play offense.
Yep.
Like, Jackson Smith is so good that it's the reason why they're not like a big passing team, but he's the number one wide receiver.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
so you're not going to have it in LA. You're not going to have those, like, I got a guy that's always going to get open.
Yeah.
You're not going to have that.
Well, here's what I would contend. The Seahawks defense had been laughable for years. These Seahawks pieces are new.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
but
these Seahawks pieces have come in the last 3 years.
He's okay, hold up. He's the office coordinator,
He's the
right?
offense
Yes, sir.
coordinator.
So
Yeah.
he's going to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is he ain't gonna have that type of defense.
No.
Yeah.
To have a safe,
Yeah.
conservative game plan. I don't know if he can change that thing around. I truly don't.
I don't think so either.
If Mike went over there, I would say, you know what, it might be a chance. You know why? Because he's not letting you score. You know what I'm saying? This guy, he gotta go out there and score. So he gonna need a quarterback. He's gonna need wide receivers. He gonna need all that. He gonna
Yeah.
need a solid offensive line.
I guess realistically speaking, my path to success. Who's a linebacker coach for the Seahawks? I'm taking him. I'm making him my defensive coordinator. You've worked with Mike McDonald for at least the last 2 years. You might have worked with him for the last 4 if you go back to Baltimore. So what coach has worked with Mike McDonald the longest? Mike McDonald's scheme, it is incredibly simple. It is incredibly simple. We play a lot of cover 3, and then what we do in our cover 3 defense, we play outside leverage. The down safety, he takes any in-breaking routes. The nickel back, outside leverage of number 2 on the in-breaking route, he now becomes that down safety and sits in the hole. Like Mike McDonald's defense, it is not complicated. That's why they can play it so fast. So I'm getting him, and then Clint Kubiak. Do what you did in Seattle. Do what you do with Sam Darnold. Like, do what you did there. You acquired a Rashid Shaheed, Kenneth Walker, a dude, AJ Barner, a guy. Like, do what you did there. You picked up a flyer on Cooper Kupp. Not hard to find. Like, do what you did there. Now, where y'all are right is like, the Broncos are there, the Chiefs are there, the Chargers are there. But success to me is
And the AFC's over there. The AFC.
win 8-9 games. You know what I mean? Like, turning it around he's turning it around for terrible.
But you got to play the Chiefs twice a year. You got to play Denver twice a year. And the Chargers. All right, I'm just saying, man.
The
Raiders is bad, yo.
It's
They're
the
bad.
Raiders
They
and
are
the
bad.
Cardinals jobs were the last 2 positions filled for a reason. And it's because, and I do think Clint Kubiak is an amazing offensive coach. I think he might be able to get something going, especially when you get Mendoza in there. He's going to have some pieces. You got to show up
He
the
gonna get
offensive line.
paid.
He can do his thing. But come on, man. That defense, and also let's talk about the elephant in the room. For the Raiders, you're going to have to move off of Max Crosby if you want to be able to build some solid pieces around there. You're just going to have to. So to me, I think it's awesome. Congratulations to him and his family getting a head coaching job in the NFL. You are still going to be taking over the shrimp eating the catfish at the bottom of the Marquis River.
I mean,
Yeah.
Shady, let me ask you, what is success for Clint Kubiak in Las Vegas?
I mean, nobody's expecting much. I mean, it's the Raiders. It's a Vegas team. Success?
Yep.
I don't know, because, I mean, I don't see them going to the playoffs next year. Do you?
It would take an
You
act
know what
of
I'm saying?
God for the Raiders to make the playoffs next season.
Yo,
Yeah.
maybe not picking in the top 10?
No.
That's a success?
That-
Because, like, I don't see the Raiders as changing.
no.
But here's my thing. You win oftentimes based off quarterback and Super Bowl. The Raiders are getting one of the best offensive minds in the game, and they're getting the number 1 overall pick at quarterback, a quarterback that's turned around a franchise, and an offensive mind that's turned around a franchise.
There's no way you watch him and you like, yo, he's just a number 1 overall draft.
No, but he can be Sam Darnold.
Yeah, but Sam ain't the same if he don't have the people around him.
Yeah. But don't you think with Kubiak, Ashton Genty can now become a 1,700-yard all-purpose guy? And then Brock Bowers
I think he's talented, though.
You know what I mean? Like,
I think he's
Ashton
talented.
Genty's a 1,500, 1,700 all-purpose guy. Brock Bowers is a 1,300, 1,400-yard tight end. Those are two really good
He got some
pieces.
pieces.
Those are two really, really good pieces. I hope if you can unlock those really good pieces, I hope you can make some noise. I mean, I'm just thinking Clint Kubiak has proven with New Orleans a couple years ago, last year, he's brilliant. Now to come out here and win a Super Bowl with Sam Darnold, I'm just thinking Clint Kubiak can do what's necessary. Kieran, let me ask you before we move, what success look like for Kubiak?
I mean, honestly, I think it's getting the offense going out there, though. That's pretty much what it is. So you're going to draft Fernando Mendoza. You have Brock Bowers. You have Ashton Genty. You have a good nucleus of what we believe could be stars in the National Football League. If you can get that offense going with your schematic advantage that you give your teams all the time, if you could turn Ashton Genty into what we saw Kenneth Walker give you during this playoff run, I mean that would be ideal. So I would say that would be the success I would want to see from Clint Kubiak. Will that happen though?
How many wins do you think they get next year?
5 to 6 wins. Nah, you got to
At
do
least.
more.
At least.
5 to 6 wins next year. I think it wonders how it depends on how they look. Depends on how they look, but 5 to 6 wins that's a win to me.
Okay,
I saw
six wins should be good, bro.
6 wins is amazing
Talking
for
about the
them.
Vegas team, man.
Anything more than 6 wins is a huge success.
if they get
Also-
6 wins, will you call them the Las Vegas Raiders, Shady, or are they still the Vegas football team?
Nah, they the Vegas team.
Still with 6 wins?
Yeah, like 8 wins, I start calling like the Las Vegas.
Can we
Raiders.
be honest? Leaving Oakland is so nasty, bro.
It is.
Nah, I like
it.
it. But playing, I'll probably rather play in the old Oakland.
Yeah.
But being a fan is way better. You go
Las
to Vegas,
Vegas is lit, bro.
drinks.
Vegas is lit.
I think they should have moved the
parties.
Chargers from
You
San
know what I mean?
Diego to
Gambling.
Vegas.
True.
I don't know mad about that.
Hey, obviously Super Bowl's lit. It's been an incredible Super Bowl show, but there's been some other kind of breaking news, and y'all know in the Speakeasy, we have our fun, we get our laughs off. We gonna talk about the fun issues of hilarious
Actually,
issues,
before
all
we-
of the
before we
different
switch to
issues.
this,
What are we switching to?
Should we read some super chats before we get
do.
to the more serious? We
We
have
do
a
have-
lot. Of
Why
super
the
chats,
hell ain't nobody told me we had
including
super chats?
$100 super chat from Vic Damone.
We do
Vic
have
Damone.
and we gotta fit.
What are you doing?
Come on, Trey.
You the head honcho.
You're the head of social.
This is true.
Whenever we
head of
have a
social.
$100 super
That's on
chat,
me.
we do not get too big for super chats.
Come on now.
Right, that's on me. Let me get to the.
God,
Let me get to the, my fault.
$100?
$100.
$100.
And it's from our guy Vic Damone.
Vic Damone.
In the building. Yo, listen to this, because I hollered at my guy in the chat. He said he's still at a Super Bowl party, tuned into the show.
Turn that up, bro. Go
If
be
that's
social.
not love for the
Yeah.
Speakeasy,
Yeah.
I don't know what
Yeah.
is. That's crazy. Vic Damone Jr. 15 said, this loss showed that the past were fraudulent. Of course, the schedule didn't help. I think they ducked a lot of smoke. The good teams had problems and took each other out on the way to the big game. But I think they learned from it, and they will be better next year.
The hard part is I think they will be better next year, but inflation. Adjust for inflation. They'll be better,
but
but I
so
don't think
will-
they're going to. The
Yep.
Texans going to be better.
Yep.
The Broncos going to be better.
This was a dream
the
run
Chiefs
for them,
going to be
bro.
better.
Yo.
The Chargers going to be better.
Why they ain't show Cardi B tonight, though?
She was at halftime.
They showed her. She,
Nah, bro.
She had a look.
The same way they was doing with Taylor Swift, they need to do that with Cardi B. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
respectfully, Diggs
So-
is not Kelsey.
He's not Kelsey.
Yeah, he's not Kelsey.
Yeah, he's
Why
not
we-
Kelsey.
and Cardi's not Taylor. So it just
Time out.
you just
Yeah,
got two
to
things
be
just
honest
working
with you,
against
wait,
you.
wait.
Also, what were they gonna show her
Nothing
for
to
the
do with
3
that.
targets he got all game? Like it's just.
But hold on, this has nothing to do with the players.
It does.
It
Cardi
does
B?
though.
Oh, no.
It
When
does.
Trav makes a big catch,
Yeah.
cut
It
to
does.
Taylor
Cut
in
to
the box.
Taylor.
Yo,
Yeah.
they was showing her before Trav did anything.
When she walks in,
Yeah.
but they show Cardi in the stands.
Nah, dog.
They show Cardi with Robert Kraft.
Cardi
like,
B's big time, yo.
She
Of course,
nowhere
yeah,
near
no.
Taylor though.
And then we got Bad Bunny doing halftime. Like, it all makes sense.
We saw her.
I ain't like that. No, I ain't like
But
that.
I just told you why you didn't
the-
and shouldn't see her.
Let me tell y'all something for a second. No.
Shouldn't see her, it's
I gotta do this.
crazy.
Just
Right?
saying.
You trying to
see
say
her,
that
it's
she's bigger
crazy.
than Cardi? Let's just keep real quick.
Huh?
Do you know any Taylor Swift songs? Mr.
I don't need to know
See,
any
that-
Taylor
no,
Swift.
no.
I know Taylor Swift goes to stadiums in cities
Bro,
that
dude,
hold 40,
dude,
50,
I'm not-
60,000,
Multiple
and she's
Multiple
there for
nights.
multiple
But listen,
nights
listen
selling
what
those
I'm saying.
stadiums
It's
out.
not even
Cardi
remotely
B,
close.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Ain't that? Okay, I'm listening.
You talking about all these people that you don't even know. You talking people you don't even know at those stadiums. Because you're not going to them stadiums, right?
I'm not.
All right, me either.
Okay.
I rock with her because I rock with Kelsey, but I don't know no Taylor Swift songs.
Okay, cool.
Okay?
All right.
What I'm saying is, this is how we had Bad Bunny on there for his culture, his people. Now they get recognized. It should be the same with Cardi B. Because in my culture, I got Cardi B.
We saw Jay-Z.
I got her album.
Jay-Z was there before the game.
No, we're not talking about Jay-Z. We talking about Cardi B.
Jay-Z the
Give
one
her
picking the
the
halftime
same
shows.
love. Her man, she dating a dude on the team. Kelsey, you know what I mean?
We can't just show everybody dating dudes on teams though now.
Yeah.
Everybody ain't everybody. Cardi B's up here. In our culture, Cardi B like Taylor Swift. Beyonce.
Oh,
no. Whoa!
No, absolutely not.
You don't even know.
In our culture, Taylor Swift is like Beyonce.
Yeah, and that's
And
where
who's-
the buck stops.
Yeah.
Don't you
Yeah.
dare
That's
say
the only
Cardi
two- that's
B.
the only-
Wait, time out.
Taylor Swift.
Cardi.
I'm
Do you
not
know
gonna
Taylor
lie.
Swift songs?
Of course, yes. Taylor Swift is like huge.
watch Drake and Josh,
All the
though,
Taylor
of
Swift.
course.
Yeah, we different. Yeah, I got you.
I mean, I watch Drake and Josh too, but I don't know
Taylor Swift is the
Taylor
number one
Swift.
streaming artist in the world.
Yeah, but
Like,
what does
it's
that mean?
her-
I don't know.
It means
But Acho, don't do too much.
she is one of the most famous people on the planet.
Because you know some Taylor Swift
I
joints.
do.
Say, yeah,
I
you
know
know,
Bad
you
Blood.
turn.
But I
I've
said-
seen you turn up in the Speakeasy to some Taylor
Bad
Swift
Blood
joints.
go crazy.
Okay, I'm just
This is
making
like
sure.
this is like comparing the
Yeah.
popularity of like this is genuinely it's like comparing the popularity of like the biggest European soccer star to like Justin Jefferson. It's like okay,
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson,
Yeah,
dope.
he's-
He sweat.
yeah,
He
we
means a
all
lot for
know
our culture.
Jettas.
Cool.
Yeah, he
Da
got
da da
the
da.
chains,
See,
all
but
But
that,
like
yeah.
But
Messi, like what are we talking about,
But
bro?
so you say that, right? This is what I don't understand the questions because you only your culture is what you know, what you're most comfortable with,
Of
what
course.
you're most familiar with,
Of course.
right? So even the Messi thing, if I go to my neighborhoods, they gonna know more about Justin Jefferson than Messi.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Okay, so if I go to my neighborhood's like, yo, Taylor Swift or
well,
Cardi B.
Shady, we gotta
But
have a
your
real
neighborhood
conversation
is
though
a
because
microcosm
because
of
you're-
the bigger
Hold on,
NFL
no,
audience.
it's
Time out. Last question.
What are we all, though?
Last point. Let's go to NFL players. We watch two teams right here.
Yep.
And if I say, yo, name me 5 Cardi B songs and name me 5 Taylor Swift,
yes,
who do you think they're gonna know more songs of? The players we just watched.
the players, sure,
I'm asking you a
Players,
question.
but the
The
players aren't
players.
watching the game.
So time out.
yeah.
The players aren't watching
Hold
the
up,
game.
but we watch.
We're minorities for a
See
reason.
what I'm
That's
saying?
why you call.
We're not minorities, we're black.
See,
We're
yeah,
minorities,
yeah,
we're
I know.
minority.
Yeah, we're
The
minority.
reason why y'all act like, you don't know what?
There's a reason why
They
Taylor
don't know
Swift.
more. You telling me I'm done.
There's a reason why Taylor Swift more popular than
Look at the
Beyonce.
culture.
She not
Look at the
anywhere
culture
near
that a
as
lot of these
talented.
football
Time
players
out.
is ingratiated in.
Time out.
Look at who they
Who's the
wiping up and
Who was the
and
MVP? That don't matter. That don't at all.
How that don't matter?
Who's the MVP of this
Walker.
game? If we asked him, what songs you know more? What are he gonna say? The MVP.
he's
I'll
from
go Cardi.
Memphis, Tennessee. What you mean?
Okay, bet. The last year's MVP. Let's do it. Let's keep doing it. Let's play this game all day.
Jalen Hurts.
The last MVP. What you think he know?
Jay, of course, but Jalen was doing Anita
Yeah,
Baker. And
yeah.
like, I don't know if
He gonna know
Cardi.
more Cardi B's, dog.
Of course, but
Maybe.
So what I'm saying is,
it's not about the players though. Shady. I don't
Oh,
know if
so
she-
we
You,
can
no,
play
hold
with
on.
we
Keep going back to Super Bowl MVPs because you get to 2021. Cooper Kupp gonna know more Taylor Swift songs.
you don't know that. You don't know
Patrick
that.
Mahomes gonna know more Taylor Swift songs
That's
than
not
Cardi
true.
B.
That's not
Yes,
true.
it is.
That's
I
not true.
guarantee his best friend on the team is married to her. What
What does that mean? He know our songs?
You seen his wife?
No, you see.
Taylor Swift is getting blasted in that household, bro.
This is what I'm telling you about.
100%.
Patrick Mahomes.
Not blast.
The
Her music is getting
will be
blasted.
getting
See, you know what I'm
blasted.
saying? Y'all let Pat interviews
Y'all
fool
are
y'all.
childish back
Y'all
there,
let
bro.
Pat interviews fool y'all though.
Pat interviews don't.
Pat lived all type of J. Cole all night, all day. He knows. He got tripping.
Can we get to the super chat?
Okay, yeah, we do have some other super chats to
Yo,
get to.
this
So
is crazy, yo.
It's not even comparable.
Big Lou 4801 said, "Let the Raiders get Browns DC and watch Max Crosby eat."
Oh,
Quickie sleeping on my
think
team,
about
fam.
that.
Who?
If the Raiders got Jim Schwartz, that'd be a nice combination. Clint
That'd be a
Kubiak
really good-
OC,
that'd be a good
Jim Schwartz at DC.
That'd be a good combination.
That'd be
7
really
games.
good.
It's the Raiders though, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where else we at?
Listen, Jason Martinez had a really great super chat, sent $50 and said, "Love that we got highlights into real Latin American experiences, like the one kid sleeping on chairs at a party, to the point of understanding it's like loving a good dish without knowing all the ingredients, but you still love it." I like that analogy.
I like
yeah,
that
that's
analogy
cool.
a lot. Hey, hold on,
That's cool.
Time out. One more thing. How you not know Taylor Swift? She grew up like 20 minutes from where you grew up.
Damn.
Who?
Taylor Swift, she a Pennsylvania girl.
Do you think I know Taylor Swift songs?
No, I'm
right.
asking like.
Because we're not playing her when we hanging out.
I get you.
What you
Yeah,
talking
that's fair.
about? You
I got two more to get to. The last one's actually really crazy.
In the Bentley or the whip. I'm like, what? No, hello.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a Taylor
But
Swift.
I am
don't
a
listen to
Swiftie because
Taylor
I rock
Swift.
with Kels.
See, that's what I'm saying.
But I don't know their songs.
I don't either. Dogs Barker Brothers said, I hope all these coaches watched the Super Bowl and took notes from the Seahawks. We watched multiple teams not take the points, and it cost them in these playoffs.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. That's a phenomenal point.
And then
But your defense so
K
good.
Crazy
you can do that.
215.
K Crazy dropped some crazy super chats.
He does. He's also in the Discord and says some wild things, but he said, I watched this game in a Browns Acho jersey with no draws.
He was on team time, bro. Hey, yo. Bro, I'm not gonna lie.
No, I ain't.
Put
The craziest
drink
thing
down,
is
bro.
the nastiest part of that tweet wasn't him watching with no draws on. It was the fact you purchased an Acho jersey with your money, bro.
Yeah, what number was you
On
for the
Tea Time
Browns?
is crazy.
What
Y'all
number was you
know
for the
what that's
Browns?
from, right?
Tea Time? What's that?
Tea Time. So on Jeff Teague podcast, someone sent to the chat and said, bro, I'm playing 2K right now with the Jeff Teague jersey with no draws on. And then people start pulling up to Jeff Teague with like big jerseys and no like
Oh, no,
draws
that's a
on.
bad joke. That's a bad joke.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Yo, what number was you with? Say
Bro,
that?
59. Number 59 was terrible.
Man, a
You can't-
Browns Acho jersey? Like I got
Browns-
Eagles maybe.
The Eagles one was tough. Eagles was tough.
Browns?
Yeah, 59 is a
59 is a
Oh,
terrible number.
59?
dirty number.
That's a gross
Dirty.
number.
That's disgusting. Shout out to Luke Kuechly in the Hall of Fame, though.
That
that's
is
what I'm
it.
saying.
But like,
Yeah.
even Luke Kuechly couldn't make it look good.
Nah, facts.
Yeah,
I could go to like
nah.
the NFL shop and like try to get your name on the back of the jersey and be like, hell no. Like, I'm not doing that.
That was
Anyway,
crazy. Yeah,
last super chat.
yeah, that was it. We should
All right.
stop there.
Y'all know Super Bowl. It's a gigantic deal in the Speakeasy, though. Just a quick segue. Like, we want to make sure we hit everything, hit the serious stuff, hit the joking stuff, and about to hit a more serious sports matter that has been all over the timeline. Know y'all gonna have a lot of super chats about it. Kieran, fix your face and then set up the topic, please.
Look, we do have to talk about this because it went down, I believe, yesterday or maybe even earlier today. Edge rusher for the Atlanta Falcons, James Pearce Jr., was arrested in Florida after an altercation, a domestic altercation with his girlfriend. We have footage here of like the arrest happening. Seemed like there was a lot of struggle, like 7 different police officers trying to get him down to the ground. Allegedly, the police report said that he ended up crashing his vehicle into his girlfriend's car, tried to flee the scene whenever the police arrived. There was a domestic disturbance call that the police were responding to. An overall just crazy situation. And now he has posted bond. James Pearce, it was his first court appearance while in a jail cell. They issued him a bond of $20,500 and a stay-away order from the alleged victim. Fellas, crazy situation here between James Pearce Jr. and his girlfriend, WNBA star Rakia Jackson.
You know, my first thoughts are obviously praying for and thoughts sent to Rakia Jackson.
Yeah.
You know, because she is the victim in this situation, both emotional victim, physical victim. So praying for her, praying for James Pearce, but more than anything, has got to get help. You know, and I realize what this is like sports will always make room for you, and it'll make room for things. James Pearce, they said coming out of college that he had different character issues because at Tennessee he missed time, but they said the time that he missed wasn't always injury related. James Pearce is a freakazoid talent. 10.5 sacks as a rookie, has 17.5 sacks at Tennessee over his final 2 seasons. But they said that he had the worst character of anybody in the 2025 draft class. But he might be the most talented person in the 2025 draft class. Hence how he gets drafted, but it does end up getting drafted a little bit later. This is a saddening situation, and it's a sickening situation in large part because I'm just always saddened and sickened seeing 5-6 police officers trying to cuff this young man, this young black man, this young black brother. So I don't want to overlook this situation because of how talented he is. More than anything, I think that he does need to be reprimanded. He does need to learn. He does need to grow. I'm sure that his football future is going to be in question, but right now his football future shouldn't even necessarily be what we need to be talking about, because if you don't address this right now as a rookie, when he's making rookie money, then imagine what happens is you start to make more money and your character is now even more under a microscope.
Was everything good with her? Was she safe, the girlfriend?
To our knowledge.
To our knowledge.
For that.
To our knowledge.
Yeah, I just want to, pray for the young kid. You know, I always try to tell like the young guys that ask me for advice. I'm like, man, every decision you make, man, could be your last. So always make sure you take your time when you have these big decisions or these big emotions. You know, I don't know where Flair this situation. But whatever it is, the emotions got high, and he's crashing out a certain way. So I just want to pray for him and for the victim, for the young lady. Hopefully she's safe. I think we keep saying scenarios like this, and we gotta be better. Be a better friend. Maybe talking to him more. Be a better. I don't know who his parents are. Just everybody can just be better. And when players are going through things like this, be that better person to help him out. Talk to him, because he's gonna need it. I mean, something like this so severe in your career that whatever the situation was for you to react like this. So we got to look out there for our people, man.
I think that's well said. I also think we got to do a better job of calling out the talented. And don't just excuse people because they're talented. Shady taught me this, and I try to do this sometimes on TV, but Shady would get annoyed at his coaches, like, bro, coach me. You can still coach me difficult. Just because I'm talented don't mean I'm not coachable. But I think sometimes we give too much grace to the talented. Now I'm talking off the field, like James Pearce, talented. But hey, bro, if you do not fix your character issues immediately, you will continue to jeopardize your life and the life of those around you and the life of those that you love the most. And please understand, James Pearce Jr., that one bad decision that you make in the blink of an eye or in the midst of a second can change the next thousands of seconds, can change the next millions of seconds, can change the next tens of years for your life. One bad decision can alter the trajectory of your life forever. One bad decision. And so I think we have to do a better job of not being yes men. We have to do a better job of calling out these individuals and truly calling them out, holding their feet to the fire and saying, nah, bruh, for the sake of your life, get help. For the sake of your life, be better. For the sake of your life, grow up. For the sake of your life, you're better than this. For the sake of your life, it's time for you to mature. And not because we hate you, not because we want to ridicule you, but because you need to be better for you. Society needs you to be better. The women in your life need you to be better. The men in your life need you to be better.
Your family does, yeah.
Your family needs you to be better. So to me, we have to start holding these athletes' feet to the fire and really saying like, hey, wake up. Bro, one decision. This could have ended significantly worse.
Yeah.
Significantly worse. He was driving in a Lambo, from what I've heard.
Yes.
At high speeds. You know what I mean? Trying to wreck his car into this car and wreck his car into that thing, from what the reports are. And forget the reports. We saw the video. How many more videos do we need to see of black individuals being accosted and arrested by several white individuals and them going wrong? How many more? We got 4 black men sitting here with mics in front of us. How many more? So to me, overlooking this situation and overlooking this incident would indict us. You know what I mean? Like as young as 30-something and 20-some-odd-year-old black men in here, like, we have to call this out. I'm like, hey, be better. You got to be better. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be better. It was not even a mistake. It was a decision. So fix your decisions.
Yeah.
Because oftentimes they say, oh, he just made a mistake. It wasn't a mistake. This was a conscious decision that was executed. There's several charges. And it wasn't one charge, not just a reckless driving charge.
You read it out, yeah.
There were several charges. A stalking charge, a reckless driving charge, a fleeing charge, a resisting charge. These were several conscious, terrible decisions. So, like, I believe it's incumbent upon us to say, hey, bro, we need you to be better. Go ahead, Kieran.
No, I was just going to ask you guys, though, too, because from a fan's perspective, this is, unfortunately, if we're being honest, this is what the NFL offseason looks like. Too many years where you have, whether it's a domestic violence situation, this one on video involved a chase, and it was something like that. Whether it's high speed car crashes or reckless driving or DUIs or all of these other things. And my question is to you guys, like, how do we go about limiting these things from happening? Because it's getting to the point now where it's like it's almost expected during the offseason that these types of things are happening. I'm wondering from you guys' perspective, like being in the league and whatnot, are we not doing a good enough job of counseling these young men? Are we not doing a good enough job of maybe teaching them healthier habits with what they're doing in their free time? It seems like a pattern that does continue to happen, and it's not good. Like it's throwing a stain on what I think is a phenomenal league, and more than that, just. It's awful for young black men to be subjected to that type of outlook on them, because I want to be not that I want to be surprised, but like I shouldn't feel like This is just another thing that happened, and I'm like, oh, okay. I want to be like, what the hell? Like, this is crazy, you know. But I feel like there's almost a desensitization that has happened from it all, and it's not okay. It's not. It shouldn't be okay.
Like, we shouldn't just roll our eyes and make jokes like, oh, in Georgia, this is what happens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it shouldn't be. Well, Tennessee said he had character concerns whenever he came out. So
right, you guys have a point, right?
Yeah.
But let's just be honest here. Like, the difference is that our sport is so publicized. It's the biggest sport in America where they gonna make light of every little thing you do. Now, this ain't small, but I'm sure there's doctors that have these issues. There's all type of people, but they only gonna publicize football players.
Because
what I'm gonna say is this: I don't know if it's ever going to change a certain way because you're dealing with really, really young kids that go from being, I guess, regular one day to being a superstar, having money, having finances, and these guys are still maturing, right? It's like you want this guy that's a superstar player to be mature like a lawyer, a doctor at 40 years old. It's not gonna happen, right? But I do think when these things occur and they happen, let's get on it immediately. I need that guy in the locker room, the older vet. I need that role model in his life. I need that coach. I need that teammate. You know what I'm saying? The parent, grandparent, whoever it is. Yeah. To let's get help with this. Let's talk about this. Why do these emotions make you this angry? Why did you these things need to be talked about? I don't know if it's never going to change the accidents or people having these crash outs sometimes because you're dealing with young dudes that are successful now.
But my thing is,
you know what I mean? But I do think that we could be, like I said before, we could be better friends. Make that phone call. Yeah. Right? There got to be somebody in his corner that he knows he played with in college or in the pros, or a coach, a recruit, whoever it is, to could get to him and talk to him. Like, so this doesn't happen again.
So I want to echo all of y'all sentiments, but on behalf of Rickea Jackson, y'all have said things like, this could have ended significantly worse. This could ruin your career. This could be detrimental to your future. You got to be better. These are all things that I would tell Rickea Jackson, because we hear a lot of times like, oh, yes, reprimand the guy. He needs that. And he's going to get that, whether legally or, like Shady said, from his brothers. But Rickea needs to know that she is more valuable than this. And coming from a girl dad perspective, like, these are the things that I would tell her. You are more important than this situation. If you see how he shrugged off 6-7 cops, imagine what he could do to you if he decides to, if he had gotten his hands on you. These are things that I would tell my daughter, like, you are more valuable than this. You have a career. You are also a professional athlete. You can ruin your career by allowing him to do these types of things. So you need to get out and you need to leave. That's, for me, first and foremost. Another thing, I don't think these situations call for reactivity. They call for proactivity. We need to be telling young black men, this is a no-no from the jump, from the age that you start walking and talking to the age that you can actually do harm to another person, especially a woman. Yeah. That needs to be told. So I don't want to hear, oh, let's call him up and tell him woo, woo, woo. He should already have been told his whole life, don't put your hands on a woman.
What if he hasn't, though?
If he hasn't, then the conversation needs to be more urgent. Yeah, for sure. But I'm just saying it needs to start sooner than after it happens, because had he gotten his hands on her, had he swerved the wheel a little bit too much, and he crashed and died or killed somebody else, the situation could have ended much worse.
The problem is, your talent will always make room for you. We was at the Super Bowl. How many of the most talented dudes did you see just wilding out? Wilding out. I won't say their names. Yeah. But the biggest artists in the world get away with all types of things because you're talented. So at the point at which James Pearce is capable of giving you 17.5 sacks in the SEC at Tennessee, why reprimand him? I need him to win the SEC. I need him to. Yeah. So I'll sit him for a quarter, but I need him to win a game. So at the end of the day, respectfully, Trey, so long as hundreds of millions of dollars are being exchanged, and in the NFL's case, billions of dollars. Okay, you want me to teach him, or just let him hunt?
I'm saying, yes, I'm lost. So, because you got a point right there. So, what do you do? What would you say, though?
I think you need coaches who value great men over great players. I just think that is an anomaly in this day and age, because having a team full of great men doesn't necessarily win you Super Bowls. Having a team full of great players does.
But I'm saying, so what do you do, though? Because, like,
now or in general? I think in general, probably at the collegiate system, you probably have to have them in classes at the collegiate level. At the NFL, the rookies once a week, meeting with the lady that comes and talks to you about treating women right, meeting with the people say, hey, if you're drunk, take an Uber, as if when you're drunk, you're going to remember then to call the Uber.
It's like red ribbon week for school. It's like, oh, don't do drugs. They come in 1 week, you wear your little wristband, and then everybody starts smoking. Like that's like it just I think it's a situation where you have the notoriety, they have all of the access in the world to get help, but why is it not put on them to go talk to those people about controlling their outbursts, their anger, and whatnot?
I'm not changing my behavior until it costs me something. If I can come late to studio every day and y'all don't say nothing or check me on it, why would I change my behavior? If I can just be super unenergetic and everybody still watches the show, why would I change my behavior? That's why you get fined. That's why you get tickets. That's why you get towed. People don't change their behavior until it costs them something. At the point in which you're getting offered to Tennessee and you're getting drafted in the first round, didn't cost them that much. You led the league in sacks as a rookie, didn't cost them that much. So why would I change my behavior if it won't cost me something?
I mean, we don't know the problem until it's a problem. So
but we knew it at Tennessee.
That he had domestic violence and all that?
We knew that he had
we knew that he had a lot of anger issues.
Well, I don't know what...
the level of death. But anger, y'all know what it is, and you know what they say about DV. It's like, it doesn't always start at domestic violence. It starts, like Trey said, at shrugging a shoulder. Then it starts at punching the wall. And next thing you know, so like we didn't know he had,
I don't want to, because I don't know his trauma and what he's been through, but I hope now that he seeks some help. I think people need around him that's close to him. Get with him, talk to him, help him out, because he's going to need it. Because everybody's going to talk bad about him, et cetera. And he's wrong. That's another thing. I think sometimes when you want to be the victim, now you can't, because you're the one that's the aggressor. You're the wrong one. But I do hope that we have people around him, right? Because if he's as big time as you say he is, well, you're going to have some big time help. You can get the best help you need. I don't want to throw him away because of this. I think he needs to learn from this. This is wrong. Learn from it and move on, because it's never going to stop. Not his situation, but all these situations. There's always going to be another young kid that handles his anger and emotions differently than others.
The hard part for me though, Shady, is like, I just hate one decision, bro. We saw it with Ray Rice. One decision. That was a 5-second decision. Maybe less. 2-second decision. Robbed him of his entire career. Robbed him of his reputation. Robbed him of his name. Robbed him of robbed him of it. You know what I mean? And that's what I mean. His actions robbed him of his entire career. So, like, this James Pearce situation, bro, you on video with 7 cops wrestling you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just hate the situation, because it's like, bro, one decision and it's too late. This could have ended way worse.
Yeah.
Way worse. If y'all just tapping into the conversation, run this clip one more time. Kieran, take it to the front.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Take it to the front.
This is the video of him, wrestling with those cops out there. I mean, there's like seven guys. They had to end up bringing more people over there because he's just struggling with everybody before he finally got reprimanded. Here's a video of him also as well after the fact. I mean, guys, you also mentioned like not wanting to like throw him away and whatnot, but also I think like for the NFL moving forward, like how do you not like punish this type of behavior like very, very harshly? Like I think and also in past situations like the Ray Rice situation, originally it was a 2-game suspension, and then Ray Rice ended up never playing football again. So like I think for them there has to be some form of like consistency on what they rule with these types of situations. And I understand that it's nuanced and all the details maybe haven't come out yet and whatever it is, but it's a horrible look.
It is a bad look. It is. But everybody goes through something though. And I hate when it comes to athletes, they want to like make us the example. Every industry that's working, every job, people go through things. But owners that billionaire, everybody goes through stuff. I just hate when like, because wrong is wrong, and I'm for that, and I get that. But like, I hate when it comes to an athlete, they want let's make the example of him. I really disagree with that. My thing is, it's wrong. Let's address it as such. Let's get him help. Let's support him, right? So he doesn't do this again to somebody else. But that's not just because it happens, right? And every camera is always on a athlete. We want to blow it up. I hate that.
Even more important than that, though, Shady, is to your point that like these things are going to continue happening, right? So let's is there something to be said about an example being made out of a player, not just in hopes that they will
What's that gonna
correct
do, though?
themselves, but listen, hear me out. That the next player that may be involved in something remembers that situation like, oh, let me not be a Ray Rice. Oh, let me not be
dude, no. Because I keep telling you, you're dealing with young athletes. That a lot of these dudes been pushed through high school, pushed through college, and they get to the pros. And it needs something to happen drastically for them to change, for the alarm to come off. My thing is,
they're not gonna learn by example. In other words,
that's fair. Me watching him, because you're dealing with guys that have egos, guys that don't think that like his whole time, and this is crazy to say, he probably don't think he's leaving like I'm doing something that wrong. I know, you know what I mean? It's weird. It's because guys be living on this freaking high of I'm this athlete, you know. And then when stuff hits the fans, like, oh, you know what? I'm tripping. I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know the kid, but I'm saying this. I know players that they could be doing something wrong. They might not have had a dad or a mom. I know a lot of crazy stories with players.
Sure.
And I'm looking at him like, yo, you shouldn't talk to her like that. You shouldn't do. And he looked at me like I'm crazy. You know why? Because he probably heard his dad or his uncle talk to her like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now that don't make it right, but I understand his trauma. Like, well, growing up, I see my dad do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's why I don't ever want to like crucify the player. I want to show him the right example and the right setup. Like, yo, this is wrong. Yeah. You know what? Let's get together,
but then
and show him that.
But then to Trey's point 5 minutes ago, 2-5 is we have to find a way to put systems in play to course correct this before the action.
Because that's impossible, though.
I mean, put the systems in play. I think collegiately. Like before you ever get to the big leagues, like I think you have to like it freshmen, you got to as sophomores, you got to put the systems in play. But then Shady, if
it's impossible,
then are we just going to concede?
The truth. Well,
we can't just concede. You can't just keep putting your hands on women. At the end of the day,
I'm even talking about Henry Ruggs. I'm talking about what happened to the Darnell Lee. We didn't even talk about that. What's that linebacker?
Is she dead?
Yeah, like there's a player, first round pick for the Jets, 2016, Darren Lee, I believe. I don't want to misquote his name. Look it up.
So he's not Lee. It's like Darren.
Oh no, he just got arrested.
Darren Lee allegedly murdered his girlfriend. Yeah, and then like tampering with the evidence. Like I don't just want us to be like.
What I'm saying is,
to just
you making this a football thing. This happens all the time. There's freaking documentaries and stuff like this. There's Netflix. But it's football, so we gonna put it under a microscope.
But here's why: because football, maybe there's on every annual basis, there's about 1,600 players in the league. So yes, it might happen between doctors and other businesses, but the problem is, Shady, I just think we're seeing to the proportion of individuals, we're just seeing too many cases.
Also, that's what comes with it, though. You're professional athletes playing a game for millions of dollars. I'm sorry, like you get thrown into the role model role because you're a professional athlete playing a child's game for millions of dollars. At the end of the day, I think like that's yes, there's going to be scrutiny on what your life decisions are. It sucks maybe, but like also at the same time, like I don't. It's hard for me, and I know you're in the situation. It's hard for me to empathize with that. It's hard for me to sympathize with that, whichever one fits most. But like. It just I don't.
But here's where I like I like having these conversations with Shady, because Shady and I grew up so different. When he talks, I listen in the sense of I don't empathize nor sympathize, but I can understand because when Shady's talking about if all you've ever seen was your dad yell at and or beat and or abuse women, then that's normal to you, and so you're only doing what is normal to you. It's not normal, but it's normal to you. I can't shake my head. Trey, I played at Texas, and I played with dudes who I'm like, wait, why are you taking a BB gun around campus and like shooting squirrels?
You can't understand it, right?
Like,
what are you doing?
I truly can't.
In his mind, he don't think he's doing nothing wrong.
I can't ration it. We busted a window in our freshman dorm because he was just shooting stuff with a BB gun. Individual tragically ended up dying after college. Something like I can't rationalize it, but I'm like, oh, I just don't understand this. I would never do it, but I didn't grow up like that. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying, okay, you know what I mean?
I think that lacks so much accountability as a man, and we talk about being a man and what that looks like, and we laugh and joke about crying and these types of things, but to say I saw, so I'm then going to do, when you know internally we all have a moral compass that we're born with inside, right? We know what is wrong inherently, right? So when I see my parents do wrong, I don't incorporate that into my parents.
Here's where I disagree with you.
I go for him. Yo,
Can I go there?
You have two brothers, right?
Yep.
Two brothers.
You're saying siblings?
Yeah,
Yep,
two
okay,
brothers
cool.
live in the same house,
Yep.
right? Mom and the dad.
Yep.
The dad is wrongly putting his hands on the wife,
Yep.
right? Both kids see it. This is how trauma works. One of them kids would hate men like that. Any man that put his hands on women, I hate him. I can't stand him. Blah, blah, blah. The other kid, he might be like, man, I don't know what mom did for him to do that.
Right.
That's trauma, though.
Sure.
So when you say certain things, it's like, yo, it's wrong, but I can understand both sides because that's real. If you go to a real counselor and you sit down and you talk to him,
Yep.
trauma works like this. There's never in the middle. It's either I'm for it or all the way against it. It's never in the middle. So that's why you have two kids that's in the same house so they can see the same thing and think differently.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is they might need somebody to talk to this dude, right? Sit him down. Get him a counselor. Let him know what's wrong.
Yeah.
It's like when it comes to ball players, like there's they don't look at that part of it. It's
that's
just,
what I
he's
wanted
wrong.
to ask
He's
you,
making
though.
all this money. He's a millionaire. He's guilty. It's like, yeah, he's wrong. He's damn wrong. But give him the same grace to get help, to seek help, to get better as a person like you do everybody else.
But here's where I disagree with you.
That kills me.
In that, like, I can't give you the same grace if you don't commit the same action.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Yeah.
If he was just speeding, that, you know what I mean? Like driving, took a gun to the airport, though I don't understand that. You know, a lot of people get, so-and-so got arrested taking a gun to the airport, found in his backpack. Even like DWIs, hate it. I don't drink those, so of course I would hate it. But like, dude stalked a girlfriend, tried to break into her car, tried to ram his Lambo into her car, obviously
It was
all
all
that.
terrible. He
and then all the, like, so like, I
crashed
can't
out.
give him the same grace that I give the individual that got a speeding ticket.
Yeah, the punishment got to match the crime.
That, yeah,
For
exactly.
sure. So I got to be, yeah. So Shady, let me ask you, because you said you have a problem with it being put under a microscope or being amplified. What is there, because I see things to be gained from it being amplified, right? Like,
What gets gained?
so I see that maybe there's a potential for a player in the future. You disagree, but I see that maybe there's some potential for a player to see that and like, oh, I don't want that. So when I'm in a domestic, and I'm getting an argument with my lady, I'm gonna make sure that I don't let it get to that part.
Let me stop real quick. Okay, so the NFL, right? It's so strict because people act like the NFL is not strict. The NFL is strict. Yo, it's this thing called what's the list that Roger has?
Yeah, commissioner's list?
Yeah, but so if you
If you do something
Right.
wrong, you end up on the commissioner's
Ezekiel
list.
Elliott got caught with some domestic, but it was in college.
Yeah.
And they were like going through all the details and all that. You know what they did with him? They sat him down so they got all the details. Right? So players know when it comes to domestic violence, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
The NFL players know that. That's one of the things you can't get around.
Sure.
Even if you're not even wrong, though, right? They're gonna sit you down, so you don't get in trouble. You get fined, all that. You know what I'm talking
Of
about.
course.
So when you say if they give aggressive punishment to these players, they're gonna change. No, this thing's been happening for years and years. And the thing is, you taking young kids, a lot of them from nothing. You give them all this money, and this power, and this status, and they make these crazy emotional ego decisions.
Yep.
That's never gonna change.
So let me ask you this. Hold on, I want to respond just real quick.
So instead of like this crucifying a kid so fast,
Yep.
let's find a way when something wrong happens, not say domestic, but something drastic happens.
Yep.
Let's get him help.
Yeah.
Let's help him so he don't make these decisions going forward.
Cool. Now, what I want to respond to with that is, we all sat up here and agreed that this is not the first time, and oftentimes when we see it, it's not the first time, right? Yep. So we can agree that domestic violence is usually repeated, right? When it's not targeted correctly and the first time that it is amplified, right? So Shady, I want to ask you, would you say that it's more likely for him to repeat this behavior if it's not amplified and it's like, yo, let me holler at you in this back room. Hey man, you can't be doing that, woo-woo, and it's not all on the media and swept under the rug? Or is he more likely to not repeat it if it is blown up and he is all over TMZ and he is all over Twitter and people are slandering him like, man, don't put your hands on a woman, woo-woo-woo? Which one is more likely to be repeated?
That's a kind of loaded question. It depends who's checking him. I think if the owners, the coaches, right, people that he cares, people that he knows affects his livelihood, I think them people that help him, I think that matters most.
I think public humiliation it does a lot to a player personally.
Can I also add for 2 weeks and it's gone? It's so many stories that dudes done crazy things, and I won't say a lot of names because a lot of these dudes I'm cool with, and I hope that they got help.
Yeah.
And after 2 weeks, you don't hear nothing about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or a dude can do something terrible, and he has some great games,
and now he's forgiven.
Kieran,
can I add something though to it as well? I think also him being a professional athlete and under this spotlight is, from a general civilian versus famous professional athlete perspective, he gets more leeway and grace whenever it comes to people looking at his potential rehabilitation. I'm sorry, if this was a random person that did this same exact act today, he's not getting the same high-paying job that he had earlier before. You have a felony now on your record. In the NFL, you could do some crazy stuff and get an opportunity back in the league. There's numerous NFL players right now that have done things illegally that they would not have the opportunity to do. The Rashee Rice situation, for example. If an average regular civilian does that, is he still going to be able to be eligible for the same high-paying job?
What about a business
so.
owner though? What about a business owner? What about a guy that has $100 million that has business companies?
No, exactly. But that's also his privilege though. Like, he's able to, if he's an owner of a business, that's one thing. It's a business that he owns.
Yeah, he owns it.
So he owns it. But would that same owner employ someone with the same bad thing that he did? No.
You talking about one particular people. Let's go to some. Let's go people like that's on the same level as athletes. See, when you take all the fame out of it and this thing of what they make.
My point is they should be held to a higher standard though, because they will have a second chance afterwards. Like you have the ability to have free reign over the world. Like we said, seeing players go out and party and do all this other crazy stuff. That's a mentality. That's I'm invincible. I can do that. Like that to me is something that, and obviously crashing out is crashing out at the end of the day. But you have to have some sort of ability to put reins on that as a just a regular human being walking around today in normal society. I think that's.
But it goes back to the point. Like you have to.
I hate athletes.
You have to fix it. You have to fix it at the root, because like at the point in which he's already in the situation, it's too late. And I think Shady's right in that like an athlete's not going to see a 20-year-old athlete isn't going to look at somebody get punished and be like, oh, I'm gonna change my behavior.
He's a kid.
He's a kid. But then the kicker is, how do you preserve the kid from making that big of a mistake? I think that's the question.
I'm not against penalizing him though. If you want to make him miss games, I'm okay with that, because you got to, when you do things, it's consequences. So I'm not against that part. I'm just saying, as much attention as we want to make it because it's something negative, I want them same people to get people around him to encourage him to do better, so he don't make the same mistake. I feel like because we are athletes and they make this and they make that, we want to put them, we want to crucify him. When there's other people that make good money too.
Yeah,
that when they do wrong, you don't even talk about.
I will say that this being as public as it is, though, it does create more opportunity for people to call you out on said behaviors, though.
Yeah.
Because how many people have you known that were struggling in silence with something, or not even struggling with silence? They were doing stuff in the privacy of their own home that you had no idea about. Now that it's public information, that truth has now come to light, and now more of your friends can be honest about, hey, you probably shouldn't be doing this and this and this and this behavior, because they know that you have a pattern of doing
Trey,
something.
can you get to the $50 super chat on this topic?
Yeah, for sure. So Vic Damone sent a $50 super chat and said, us black men have to understand that the standard is completely different. We shouldn't have to get in trouble to understand that we are viewed differently in every aspect. To whom much is given, much is expected.
I agree with that. I think the matter is, how do you understand that if you're not taught that? That's where I think, Trey, you differed with Shady's point, where I'm like, I see Shady's point. I know enough cats who's like, you've never been taught that. So how can you understand that? I grew up in a two-parent household. My parents going on 44 years of marriage this year. Never seen my dad so much as yell at my mom. So I fully understand not to yell at, hit, abuse, anything a woman. Yeah. But if you grew up in an abusive household, then just like I understand not to do that, you understand to do that. If you saw your father or mother get what they wanted from abuse, whether verbal or physical, that is what you're indoctrinated with. And we've seen so many things in this country where indoctrination led to behavior. So I'm just wondering, like, unless you can unindoctrinate somebody or indoctrinate them with new information, and it is not to absolve them of the role they play. It's just to add context to, like, okay, then how do you fix that? And again, this is coming from an individual that grew up in the two-parent household that don't know nothing about abuse and all this stuff. And, my dad I've never seen my dad drink a lick of alcohol. So, like, this is coming from someone who understood,
But there's so many cases of these things, man, that trauma. Yeah. Like, Stevie J. Remember the dude, Stevie J?
From Love and Hip Hop.
Funny dude, but he has this thing where he treats women a certain way, right? Yeah. Not good. And they had a counselor in there, and she was like, well, let's talk about your mom. I don't want to talk about mom. Let's talk about your mom. Do you know your mom? I've never met my mom. My mom left when I was 8 months. So how the hell am I know how to treat a woman? I never seen my mom even, like, little stuff like that. Like, And that's not an excuse.
It's
But
not.
That's like I always say this: there's a black, there's a white world, and there's a gray world. I live in the gray world, right? Where somebody can do something wrong. Like, how can you even talk to him after that? Because like, yo, you don't know what he's been through.
But what
I had some homeboys. I want to get into these, but I had a homeboy. I won't say his name. He's probably watching. And when I was 8 years, I had a mom and my dad. They live in the same house. They still married. When I was like 8, 9 years old, I was like riding bikes and like hanging on the corner, hanging out. But it was like, we playing basketball in the streets. Yo, my homeboy that was 8, same schools. He never would come to school off and on. He was hustling at 8, 9 years old. Like not hustling, but just messing with drugs, watching his brothers, older brothers, cooking stuff up. So I'm learning how to ride a bike. He's learning how to make drugs. And what time does the fiends wake up? Like little stuff. I'm thinking like you 8. But it's what you're around.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does.
So
It does
if
make sense.
If he goes to jail at 16, right? The judge ain't like, oh well, I don't care that at 8 years old you was learning this from your older brothers, and they don't care
they
about
don't care
that.
about that. They don't want to hear
So
none of that.
what I'm telling you is like, yo, wrong is wrong, yes, but you need to get help and teach people what's right and what's wrong.
Yeah, no,
that's a real thing.
I do agree with that 100%. I think I'm more so speaking to so you gave the example of the two brothers in the house, and one season is like, I hate the way that made me feel for my mom, right? And then the other one's like, well, damn, what did my mom do? I'm talking to the kid that says, why would my dad do that to my mom, right? So he's hurt, and he sees, okay, dad hurt this woman that I love. I don't excuse that kid growing up and then repeating that behavior, because you know how it made you feel when you saw your mom being abused. So then why would you go and do that?
But you know what?
Now for the kid, hold on, let me finish. Because for the kid,
but I'm saying real quick, he's probably the one that's not going to hit the woman.
Correct.
He's probably going to be defending women. Now go,
Well,
to the other one. Go to the other
now
one.
go to the other one. Yes, it's a much trickier, much in that gray world
He
for sure.
He might be the one that is hitting women and doing all that.
Correct. But what I'm saying is we see a lot of those first kids, hurt people. Well, he watched his dad do that, so he did it. I can't excuse that type of behavior. I can't excuse a person with that mentality. If you were affected negatively by seeing something traumatic and you sympathize with what we can objectively agree upon is the wrong side, the wrong side to be on, right? The abused person. You can sympathize with that. And then you go around and turn around and do that to somebody else. I can't rock with that.
You ever had any counseling?
Yeah.
Next time you ask your counselor, ask her about this.
Yeah.
She gonna tell you answers you're not gonna like.
I know I can speak for myself, and I've
You
spoken to a counselor.
You got your opinion. But I'm saying when you go talk to her though, because she sees 1,000 cases where you don't.
Yep.
Where you don't see 1,000 cases, you see it, right?
Yeah.
Domestic violence, all these different things. She's seen it, okay?
Yeah.
When you ask her these same questions, the answer she give you, you're not gonna like.
Possibly, but
then the kicker is we got to figure out how to change the answers.
and the answer it starts within an accountability. You have to.
But
you have to.
how can you teach yourself something you don't know?
I'm not speaking to that part. You know right from wrong. You know when you saw mom get hit, you know that was wrong. You know dad shouldn't have did that. You know mom didn't deserve that. You know mom can't defend herself.
Which one though? There's
Speak the truth.
because I'm saying like you it sounds easy. You should know. People know better not to rob people. People know not to hit people. People know not to hit women. You know that.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean it's called a guilty conscience. You have a conscience,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
But there's a case when you talk to your counselor and ask the one kid that's gonna make an excuse up in his head. Well, mom, if you didn't do that, he wouldn't. They do that.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with that at all. I just know for me, there are things that I've seen, be it my own personal family relationships or other family, extended family, friends, households, whatever it is, that I can look at that and say, oh yeah, I don't want to incorporate that.
I got one for you, and I don't want to get crazy. Because like this is a topic where these people I feel like should get more jail time, but that's just how I feel. What about when these grown-ups be messing with these young girls, right? And I got a daughter, so I'll be on the fence like, man, he should do this and that third, right? And then you find out, you hear about the other guy's story when he was 6 or 5, or it happened to him. And somebody in their families, his uncle, his aunt. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's wrong.
Yeah.
But when you hear his case of so now he's repeating what he did. So when you hear hurt people, that's where that really comes from.
Yeah.
It's still wrong.
It is
Yeah,
wrong.
So I think-
it
so-
is a
so-
cycle
so-
of wrongdoing, though.
so
But
then-
it doesn't make it not wrongdoing, though. At the end of the day, so that's like that.
But
To me,
see,
it's,
the
the impetus is on you. Like it's unfortunate if you have to experience trauma in your life, but also
You have to do the work.
You have to do the work
have
to
to
get
do the
past
work.
that. Otherwise, you will remain broken.
But see, that's another thing. You talk to people. If you say somebody, yo, you might need help, they take it offensive.
Yeah.
I don't need no help. I ain't talking to no counselor.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying?
I hear
Because
you.
they don't know
It's
that,
tough.
in our environment, in our,
you're
in my
right about
community,
that.
in our culture, it's like they think it's something wrong with that.
Yeah.
You know
For
what I
whatever
mean?
reason,
But
yeah.
when they do go and they really apply themselves, it helps them out. So what I'm saying is, yo, them things are wrong. But when you talk to a counselor and you hear the other side of why, because she sees 1,000 of these studies.
But you know what else goes on in our culture? Stay away from Uncle Such and Such. Don't be alone in the room with Uncle Such and Such. When you're around Uncle
how
Such and
crazy is
Such,
that?
pull your. Instead of the conversation should be Uncle Such and Such, I'm gonna leave my daughter around you, and you bet not touch her, and bet not nothing happen. Uncle Such and Such is a weirdo. He's a creep. Stay away from him. We don't do that type of accountability, and that's what I'm
We're
saying.
not calling the cops. That's another. We're not doing that.
We're
either.
not doing that. That's why we want to handle everything inside the house and internally, and that is a problem, and that is
But
why
the-
generational trauma is
But the
perpetuated
kid,
in our
but the
culture.
kid gets affected. You see where I'm going with this though? The kid is wrong, but the trauma.
So here's my thing is, eventually that kid has to take onus and do the work.
Someone
And
has
if
to break that cycle
And
at the
if
end of
that
the day.
kid
Gotta be
doesn't,
broken.
then whoever is benefiting from that kid's talent, in this case coaches, has to mandate it.
Yep.
Because eventually
100%.
either that kid has to do the work or, hey, coach, before you benefit from this kid's ability.
He needs to complete X, Y, and Z, whatever that is. 4-step program, 5
And that's
alcohol
just-
we're in a
anonymous.
result business that's $1 billion on college and the pros. They not gonna do that.
Bingo.
Yeah. And that's
where it is.
the problem.
Yep.
So we don't have an answer to my
We
question
don't.
originally.
Can't
We
solve
spent
all the problems in the Speakeasy. We can talk about them.
It's
Talk
tough.
about it.
That's
We can
that's
put those
unfortunate.
things-
And it's for the
But-
record, because I am an athlete. Listen, dude, athletes do wrong. So do everybody else.
100%.
All right, so I just want
Yeah, this ain't exclusive to
I don't
athletes
when an
at all.
actor and a movie star or you know,
The bus driver.
a president,
It don't matter.
mayor,
Yeah, everybody do
the
crazy
garbage
stuff.
can man.
Yep.
All
Make
of
sure
it.
y'all keep the same energy. Just
Yeah,
because the
for
dude's
sure.
on TV don't make him his more. You know what I mean?
Nope,
It's the
nope,
same.
nope,
nope.
And we don't do it to everybody else.
I'm judging the action at the end of the day, not
Yeah.
not
Not
the actor.
Yeah, not the actor. Yeah.
What
so,
other super chats we got before we get out?
Let me see. We do have. We got a couple other super chats, not necessarily on this topic. Let me see. Well, let me see. Nathaniel Buckley said, whether you excuse it or not, it's reality. You do not innately know right and wrong, which I disagree with, but that's your opinion. Look up the war on terrorism, and you will see that it's not black and white. I'm not sure.
He means
I'm
gray.
not drawing those dots.
I live in that gray area too, dog. That's the real world.
I get what you're saying, but yeah.
Keep going.
Let me see. I got another one. G-Bots just wanted to say Chargers to the Super Bowl 2026. I think we can all agree or disagree with that.
He drinking at the party.
Sammy Davis Jr. said.
Sammy
that's-
Davis
Yeah,
Jr..
that's a funny. Yeah, said get him help, but at the same time he can no longer play. Ignorance is no excuse to break the law. Agreed. G-Bot said you need to learn about trauma. I'm assuming that was toward me. I am a
Get him.
I am a sociology and psychology minor. I'm well aware of trauma, but just don't care to excuse.
I'm a
it all the
psych
time.
major.
So
You knew that psych major, right? You knew that.
DJ Fab said, we be on social media. They always posting that toxic relationship stuff. Females love posting that aggressive stuff, relationships. That is your timeline and algorithm, brother. Do not bring that over here. In fact,
I
I'm
got
going
it.
to close the
doors.
on that. I don't like that.
Yeah, nah.
So keep that on your timeline.
I got nothing but barbecue and sports on my timeline.
Barbecue.
Not facts. Like I go to. I'll show you right
We
now.
supposed
Why
to
don't
be
you have
dropping
fitness
Yeah,
on
you
your
should have
timeline,
salads
bro?
and
You should have like
Hold on,
workout
time out,
routines.
time out, time out, time out, time out, time out, time out, time out.
Water and
Barbecue?
lemon.
Yeah.
Time out.
Yeah.
Time out.
Intermittent
Time out.
fasting should
Time
be
out.
on your timeline.
Right.
Time out.
Yeah,
CJ
100%.
Stroud.
Since the start of the year, I woke up this
Zach
morning
Wilson.
16.7 pounds lighter than where I started at the beginning of
How
the year.
many?
16.7 pounds.
Hey, that's,
And that's it.
Come
And that's
on,
in.
Yeah, I listen.
That's in a month and 8 days.
That's
I need y'all to
good.
relax on me, bro. When I
lost
come
16 you
back
lost
after this
Pause.
hiatus,
Yep, there it is.
I need y'all to relax
on
on
me.
me.
I don't want to
16
relax
pounds
on you, brother. That is
that's
crazy.
a stretch. That's a stretch.
No,
bro.
I don't think so.
That's a stretch.
Let me know if that's
That's
a
a
stretch.
stretch. That's a
If
stretch.
If
That's
that's
a
a reach, I apologize.
What else we got, G?
That's all I got for the super chats, man, and you know, and pertaining to that.
Yo,
topic.
shout out to our first Super Bowl show, man.
Listen,
Come on now.
180,
First
that's
Super Bowl
fire.
show,
First of
bruh.
many. That
was
is-
amazing.
that's-
Our 103rd show of the year. Our first. Hey, y'all just watched our first Super Bowl show.
First Super Bowl.
Created
Y'all-
this show.
Very
Jal-
first Super Bowl show.
Y'all helped produce the first Super Bowl
Literally.
show.
Bro,
Y'all give us the
Acho
topics.
called me in like early August and was like, "Yo, I need you for football season." I was like, "The football season is happening in 3 weeks." He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Hell no." And then he convinced me over like the next week or so. And now we're at the Super Bowl, man.
It's
That's-
that
that's
Nigerian
messed up.
scammer in him. They
I'm
just
saying,
got,
he
they got the
convinced me,
gift
bro.
the gab. They
I
got away with
scammed
words.
everybody in here.
That's-
And scammed y'all into watching.
Listen,
Okay,
and we
I
here.
guess so. Yeah.
we here.
It sounded a little too believable when he said it. I don't know. Must be the Nigerian in him. But look, it's been an amazing football season. We are going to be going on hiatus.
Not yet.
We'll be back. Not yet.
We live tomorrow.
You're going.
Oh yeah.
This is his last show, right?
Yeah, this is my last
This
show.
is Carebear's last show. Don't
Oh
end
my
it for the
goodness
rest of us.
gracious, my
We got
fault.
2 more left.
You look,
two
we're going
more.
live. They're going live tomorrow night. They going back live. Look, I will be on a flight to Milan where I'll be watching the Winter Olympics. Just having fun in Italy, doing my thing. You know what I mean? The rest of these dudes.
That boy looked
They'll
too
be
deep.
back here 11:15 p.m. Eastern, 10:15 p.m. Central,
My boy got single
8:15
and just can't wait to
p.m.
get to
Pacific
Italy.
time. I will be in Italy having a blast.
You in
And
the
then
Italy
also-
streets?
I'm in Italy. I'm in Italian streets. I'm gonna be in British streets, and then I'll be back in the LA streets.
Now,
So
I
it's-
do want to ask you this just real quickly because they drive Mini Coopers and stuff over there. You're not going to fit into one of those. How
Oh
you
no,
gonna get
no,
around?
definitely not. So I do this thing where I order Uber Black in any country that I'm in.
You got Uber
I
Black
like
money.
that. Talk that
Because
talk.
I'm a well-paid
Carebear. I like
individual.
that.
Money.
I just
I
got my
like
check
that.
from this Super Bowl week. So look, I appreciate you guys. You know, I know you guys appreciate me as well. You'll miss me.
We will.
Tremendously.
100%.
Look, for Carebear Kieran, LaShawn, Shady, McCoy, Emmanuel, Acho, Social
Yeah.
Trey, and everyone in the back, they're Super Bowl champs. Seahawks. Make some noise. Everyone in the back is a Seahawks
Hey, we
fan.
got 2 champions
So they
in this speakeasy,
they got
baby.
okay. We don't care about Indiana anymore. That was last month.
That
Look,
was last month.
I'm sorry.
we appreciate you guys for watching. We'll catch you next time right here in the Speakeasy.
Peace.